There we go.
All right. You can. Did you hear the music?
I did hear the music. It had a countdown and everything.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm just okay. Hotep family. This is your brother, Don Hollywood Jr. And I have a special guest. You know, she was on here before. I'll let her introduce herself again. But I want to say, I want to screen share a couple of things real quick. Just a couple of things. Just give me 1 second. I want to screen share this. I want to say, Hotep to the chat, tuning in. So let me screen share this because I got to give my tribute. Let me screen share this real quick. Here we go. And I want to give my condolences to DMX. You know, he passed yesterday, so I want to just say rest in peace, man. Loved his music. I remember the last time I saw him perform here in New York, here in NY, and it was awesome. It was epic. You know what I mean? I'm glad I saw him perform. You know, I just want to give my condolences. He'll be missed, and another legend gone. You know, he died before his time. So I just want to just say rest in peace, rest in peace to the brother. Also, too, I want to say, give me 1 second here. I want to say, let me see. Oh, I want to show you this, and I realize people are watching our videos, you know, and this brother who was on the Black Panther, Winston Duke, he also played on Us, and he's going to play Marcus Messiah Garvey. And it's time for Marcus Garvey to, you know, to tell, you know, just to you know, tell his story, you know, tell Marcus Garvey's story. It's time, and it just shows that people are watching our videos. You know, his name is being mentioned more than anything now, and I'm happy that this brother is going to do. I think he's going to do a great job of playing Marcus Messiah Garvey. So just wanted to share that to the people. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a great film. So just shows you that people are watching our videos. People are really tuning in, and they're like, you know, we gotta make a movie for this brother, about this brother. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's all. That's all. I just wanted to share that to the people. Let's get out of here real quick. Oh, all right. Let me see. Oh, all right. Now I'm going to hand this over to my sister. Sorry, let me give me 1 second. Let me put on my headphones real quick. Make sure. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Yeah, you can hear me good? Oh, I'm sorry. You can hear me good?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna let you. Oh, I hear an echo.
You may hear echo because I have my Bluetooth speaker on, maybe.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can hear it. Okay.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think I'm getting a little echo, like a little feedback.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off now.
Okay. Okay. Let me see.
Okay, how is that?
1 2 1 2. Still a little hair. I know when it's like when I mute your mic, I don't hear it. But that's all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh wait, I have the ceiling fan on. Let me try turning it off.
You sure? You want to? I don't think that's. I don't think. I don't.
You say you don't think that's what it is?
No. It's just I hear echo. I hear echo my, and I don't think it had nothing to do with ceiling fan. No, but I don't hear it no more. That's good. I don't hear it no more. All right, okay. Here we go. Okay, sister, introduce yourself and discuss. Tell the people about yourself, and let's get right into it. Because I know the topic dealing with domestic violence, I think is very, and I think the, hoeing and tricking and sex work among our people. And I think it's going to be a very good topic. I know you want to get into it. And I want to say, shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tuning in. I'm glad. It's going to be a great topic. So, sister, you got the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so before I start with our conversation, I also want to acknowledge DMX and Marcus Garvey. Mm-hmm. So, I'm a socialist, and one thing, the most important key factor about socialism is developing a scientific method of people collectively being able to function in society through sharing. Equal distribution of wealth is the primary ingredient to creating a socialist reality, from the small scale to the highest, to the most largest, meaning from the family unit to the nation to the universe. Being able to collectively stand in harmony with one another and share all the wealth of the land. I had always been a DMX fan, like many people, especially when it's time to go to the club. Oh boy, man, it's going to the club. You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what you say?
Oh, I see your lips. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, DMX, going to the club. Always a fan there. I'm talking about, we used to tear the club up when DMX come on, the DJ play it. But being a socialist, I have this one song in particular that grabs my heart, my mind. And that's his song, Stop Being Greedy. And this song has a socialist aspect to it. He's talking about equal distribution of wealth. He's talking about being able to, convince human beings that you must share the wealth of the land. Like, everybody got to eat. And if you can't grasp that concept, then, we're going to take this shit from you. We're going to take it from you, and we're going to distribute it properly. So that song I really, really enjoy. And so I really thank him for that, being able to put certain ideas and perspective into music for people to enjoy isn't always an easy task. It's quite a challenge to put your message out, or people can, it can resonate with them. You try to do it tactfully and carefully. And I tell you, he did a tremendous job with that one. So I appreciate him for that. And You mentioned the works of a Marcus Garvey movie. That is phenomenal. You know, I don't know if you can see very well, but I have Marcus Garvey on my wall.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Marcus Garvey is at the very, very top. When I go into the bathroom, which is right here, I have a very small apartment. But when I go into the bathroom, which is right here, there's a mirror. And when I look in the mirror, directly behind me is the picture of Marcus Garvey. That's strategically placed there like a sticky note. Like a sticky note to remind you of what you're supposed to be doing today. Well, that's my forever sticky note. I would consider myself as a Pan-Africanist, also a Garveyite. I truly believe in the ideas and the philosophies, the opinions of Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. It has been my life's mission to bring forth in every way possible his ideas to fruition. I know, like Marcus Garvey, and learning from his experiences, studying him, and the movement with the Universal Negro Improvement Association is not an easy task. Mm-hmm. But the thing about Marcus Garvey was because he was so organized and he had a great group and team of people to work with him, he was able to accomplish so much. But it was also some people inside of his organization that was there to take him down when the opportunity presented itself. And that is a very, very harsh reality when you think about organizing and unifying African people. You want to romanticize the idea of it, you know, kind of like everybody get along situation, but it is far from the case.
That's right.
And because that is the harsh reality, when we are organizing and putting forth all of our resources, when we're putting forth all of our efforts, our time, we have to be extremely careful and make sure that our programs that we create, you know, the foundations that we create are done in a way where it has a set core objective, principles, and a line that cannot be deterred.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So we must formulate to the capacity of our highest thinking when doing so. And when doing that, it's not an easy task. And I always think to myself, wow, how did Marcus Garvey create so much in so little time? And I can never answer the question. He didn't have the YouTube. He didn't have social media. He didn't have the computer. He didn't have the smartphone. He didn't have the Cash App. He didn't have all of these things. And I've been asking myself that question for 20 plus years now. And the only thing that I can think of, the only answer that I come up with, and I dare anybody to challenge me with it, is it was just self-determination. He was so determined, so passionate, and with conviction like no other. He was able to do that. And then, you know, I can talk about Marcus Garvey all day long, but I'm supposed to be introducing myself. But
no, but I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're right. I think, and I just wanted to say this real quick. Marcus Garvey, he's been dead for like over 100 years, right? But his teachings hasn't died. And that's the thing, his teachings hasn't died. We supposed to carry that legacy. I too agree with his philosophies and his opinions. I agree with that. And I think that we should, people that are students, not followers, or students of Marcus Garvey should try to continue his legacy. And I'm not a follower. I don't follow people. You're not a follower. We are students. And that's the difference between students and followers. You know what I'm saying? You will never hear me say I'm a follower of Marcus Garvey. I'm gonna say I'm a student of Marcus Garvey. That's the difference between leadership and, I would say, teachers and preachers. There's a difference.
Can I interrupt and say,
go ahead.
We are, and I can speak for you, we are disciples of Marcus Garvey.
Okay, that's true. Mm-hmm.
But students too, simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. Right. I just wanted to just throw that in there. I just want to just throw that in there. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my saying that I resonate with Marcus Garvey is look for me in a whirlwind. And I always say that. Like, when you think about the crimes that have been committed against African people throughout the world, there is no way in hell that you can exist as a human being of sound mind and body and not be infuriated with it, not be utterly disgusted. And for me, my spirit, my whole entire being exists around that. I believe in vengeance. I believe in, making things right when they are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And when Garvey said, look for me in the whirlwind, and I'm going to bring back millions from the grave. And he'll tell you on the back of his book, Philosophies and Opinions, I'm going to bring back millions from the grave to avenge what was done to my people. And I will create a world built for my people. And when Marcus Garvey said that, it's been with me forever, like deep, deep, deep in my soul. And
get the book.
Yeah.
Very, very lot of information.
See, that's what a disciple would do. A disciple will have the book right there.
That's my Bible. That's my Bible. And that's my Quran.
Right. So all of those people that have died, like they are all over me. All of those people who have suffered through Ma'afa and African Holocaust, they are all over me. And I welcome them and I love their energy. Marcus Garvey said, look for me in the whirlwind. I'm the whirlwind. I'm the whirlwind. And I bring all of those from the dead. I summon them to rise from their graves and to assist and blow hard. And hopefully that they can possess, how you a spirit jump on you, possess all of the people of African descent who have the capacity to organize as well. And I believe in it. I believe in my people. I believe in my people like nothing I've ever believed in before. That's my greatest belief in my people.
Mm-hmm.
I know what we're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus Garvey had to know that as well in order to do what he did. Marcus Garvey enemies knew what our people were capable of. And that's why they sought to destroy Garvey and the UNIA.
Mm-hmm.
But there are chapters of the UNIA all over the world here today, in the Americas, North America, in Europe, and in Africa. You will find chapters of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. So it is not dead.
Mm-mm.
My job is to create what he wanted created. Just create it. Mm-hmm. And not because he wanted it, but because it's still necessary today. It's still necessary. Shout out the Vision 106.
That's right.
All right.
Wig Williams was good. Was good.
I ain't telling those stories. The evidence is in the building, right? So speaking of that, like the last time I was on your broadcast, I really enjoy being here. And actually, that's Brother Bakari.
Yeah, Brother Bakari. You
mentioned his name.
Yeah.
So, man, the last time I was on your broadcast, I really connected with 3 people because they Eugene was People's Project Party. That's my family. They're here. My family's here. So yeah, I connected real tough with 3 people. That was Brother Bakari.
Shout out to him.
A cool trucker.
Cool, yeah. Peace and Cool Cutter.
Cool Cutter.
Yeah, but you're right. It's cool Cutter trucker. Yeah, you're right.
I knew it was something trucker.
Shout out to him.
And Ebony.
Ebony, okay.
Now, Brother Bakari was talking about the land in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I had sent him an email, but I never got a response from him from the email. I think that it's something with the spelling of his name. It may have been spelled wrong or something.
Oh, okay.
But it said the message went through. So I was excited to be here tonight. So and hoping that he will be here. So let him know.
Yeah. I sent him a link so he'll join. I guess he'll join in whenever he get a chance.
Yeah,
so he could clear things up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wanted to let him know, hey, I still wanted to talk to him about that. But yeah, and then Cool Cutter Trucker, I sent him a message on one of his videos on YouTube. Okay,
that's what's up.
And Ebony, I was hoping to see her again. I never did get her contact information. I might have. I just can't really remember. But if I did, I sent the email or something. Because I do follow up on that. So I really like those people.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure to follow. You remember when I had messaged you?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I had messaged you.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, so so that's what it is. But oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I just want to say, and then I guess you could talk about the domestic violence among our people, because I think a lot of people are concerned about domestic violence, and there's a lot of and I don't think domestic violence has anything to do with in relationships. But I want to say this though. I want to address something real quick. Just give me 1 second here, because I want to get the full. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. It was a let's see, what's that thing? Yeah. Okay. I want to address the my audience and and my supporters, that my program is basically it's not a political program. It's not my it's all about sending positive images for our people. You know what I mean? And I know, sister, you agree with me as far as all this negative images of our people, and the world will draw into that. So if they see a lot of, and I guess you was, and like I said, we'll get into it about the hoeing and the tricking and all this pimping and all that, and that's sending a negative images to the world, right? And our job as Pan-Africanists, as Pan-Africanists, is to give our people some sort of pride, some sort of that we're not cowards, that we're warriors, that we're, like we talk about, we kings and queens. We got to show that. So, when I listened to Malcolm X, when he said about the media, the power of media, right? And he said, in his quote, he said the media is the media is the most powerful entity on is what he said. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. He said they have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. And that's power. He said, because they control the minds of the masses. So we have to control the minds of the masses of our people. Also, too, when I listened to Dr. Leonard Jeffers, well, I think that's, I hope I sound his name right. He said, whoever controls the images and controls your, he said, whoever controls the images controls your self-esteem, self-respect, self-development. Whoever controls the history controls the vision. So we have to control our stuff. We have to unbrainwash, because our brains is like a computer. You know what I'm saying? We're visionary. Mm-hmm. So we like to, we have to show images of how great we are, because all these images that we're a slave and all that stuff, and then we want to know why our people do a lot of unthinkable craziness out here, because we're not being taught, or we're not being shown how great we are. We are being shown how great other races of people are, and we are drawn on that. So when you look at movies like 300 and the Titans and all this other stuff, they showing how white people, how great they are. We show movies like these Asian kung fu movies, the Shaolin Temple, all this other stuff. They show, yellow people show how great they are. We have to show how great we are. Imagery is very important, and we have to control the media. I see my brother Bakari, he's on here. So that's all I want to say, sister. I didn't mean to, I just want to throw that in there because I it goes in on what you're saying, and I just wanted to share that to the people. And shout out to brother Bakari.
Peace.
Come on, man. You got to cam up, brother. Come on. We got to cam up.
I'm going to be back.
Cam up, brother. Come on.
I'm going to be back in a second.
You gonna be back?
Let me get the sleep out my eye, man. I worked hard. I had missed work for like 3 days on vacation. I worked hard today. I got off. That's why I'm late. I got in here about
Sasha.
Say that one more again.
Oh, I was speaking to my comrades from the Ujima's People's Progress Party in Maryland.
Oh, okay. But I'm on camera.
Shout out to Ujama. Shout out. Give you a shout out, Hotel.
Ujima, sorry.
Ujima, shout out. Hotel.
Yeah. Ujima's People's Progress Party is actually a political party in Baltimore, Maryland. They are a worker-led party. So they deal with all city issues. They deal with the electoral process, and the basis of the Ujima's People's Progress Party is to change the face of Baltimore, Maryland. Running for positions in the city council and so forth, having a say. And so, definitely check out Ujima's People's Progress Party, a workers-led Progress Party, we understand that the African people's struggle is also a struggle, primarily a class struggle, classism. So we have to empower the working masses. The masses of the people are workers. Mm-hmm. So we must protect the interests of the workers. And that's what Ujima's People's Progress Party in Maryland is all about.
That's what's up.
And,
that's what's up.
And they should also drop their information in the box.
Definitely drop that info.
And a lot of my political development is attributed to the work I've done over the years with Ujima's People's Progress Party.
That's what's up.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry, go, Scott.
I was going to address what you was saying about the media and so forth.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just to give you an analysis of what you were saying, it's just like if you have a child, there's different stages of development for a human being, and that development is conducive to the environment, period. Environment and resources. So take a child. When a child is born into the world, the child has nothing. Only what is produced by its caregiver, mother or father, or mother and father, or family, or mother and father and family, or friends, or the hospital, or whatever it comes in contact that is responsible for its care, is going to have the largest influence over that being, that child. And the caregivers can only care with what resources they have to care with. So if you have a child grows up in a family that's poor, and all they have in the fridge or icebox or pantry are noodles and canned goods, and that's what they're eating, they're not going to be introduced to, they're not going to know apple, orange. They're not going to know broccoli. They're not going to know asparagus. They're not going to know these things unless they're introduced to it. But if that's not a part of their life, the likelihood of them being introduced to it is very slim unless they come in contact with an outside element. So the media and so forth, those things are outside elements that are introduced to us. Mm-hmm. And we choose. We have the power to choose those elements. But the reason why it's so rapid and the choice is geared so much towards that way, because we, as African people, like Brother Bakari, like yourself, like Ujima's People's Progress Party, we have to develop the antithesis at a more powerful level to combat with those things, because they ain't going nowhere. Because we're talking about capitalism. That's right. And capitalism is a well-oiled, orchestrated machine that is geared towards wealth. Consume wealth. They want to consume wealth, and the only way that they can consume wealth is by constantly having us to consume their ideas, so that we can buy into their wealth. So we'll talk about domestic violence, but I want to talk about my experience with domestic violence. And I want to talk about domestic violence and its relation to prostitution, sex trafficking, whoring, tricking, pimping, and show you how the dynamic looks in a capitalist society and show you how the dynamics look in a socialist society. Right? Now, talking about domestic violence is not an easy thing for me. To talk about it publicly could put me in danger or in harm's way. Talking about it publicly, I still have to refrain from some of the things that I would love to say. I know on my platforms that I only use one really, that's Facebook. I don't have the freedom to say dick or pussy or vagina or, different things of that nature. Not only that, but sometimes it's not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with saying those things either, because I don't know how people will actually take it, even though they're real life things. These conversations that I would like to have are things that are actually happening in the world. But when it comes to sexuality, it's like a closet thing. And people keep those things in the closet because that's what we've been taught. Keep your business in the closet. But when it comes to whoring and tricking and all of those things and prostitution and those type of things, they're not in the closet. As Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and Lil Nas X, they will show you it ain't no closet shit. It's there for all of your children to see. But I think that we need to talk about it more because they got it out the closet and they have an agenda with it.
That's right.
But can I ask you a question about that when you finish? I have a real serious question I want to ask you about the whoring and the prostitution.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to be able to talk about those things and how it actually relates to domestic violence. I want to make sure that I touch on those points. But I will start the journey with my experience with being a victim of domestic violence. And I have created a foundation to go along with that as a formerly abused woman. I just like my mission with Marcus Garvey, when I go to sleep at night, my mind just whirls with how I can save other women, because a lot of women have been murdered at large numbers, here recently. And of course, in the past, it's an ongoing thing. So it's something that I hadn't in the past hadn't been a part of my Pan-African agenda, even though I know it's important. But this now has taken a higher height for me, because what I went through, it was frightening. And I need people to understand that. And a lot of people want to gloss over even my own experience. And I can see just in my own experience how people don't want to talk about Kilaika being abused. But it may have to be because I didn't want to talk about it. But I want to talk about it now because people are dying and they look just like me, beautiful African women. But yeah, so there we are. Okay, brother.
Okay. Peace, sister. It was excellent to meet you and be on the panel with you. Peace, brother. God, thank you for letting me on. Peace to everybody in the chat, right? I know we all heard people say they go to Thailand and visit, right? Brothers, right? And they are going because of the prostitution. I lived in Korea, right? For a whole year. And I was in the military, 365 days in South Korea, right? The some of the problems we have, they don't, because they have made prostitution, they just made it legal and it's part of their GDP. And it's not frowned upon or anything. That's just a job that some people have. Now, in the area where I was, most of those people, I ain't gonna say most of them, were like indentured servant. It was still legal over there. And if they brought us and if they brought one from another Asian country, like ones I met from the Philippines, they were literally slaves. But I'm going to ask, I was over there in 94, 95, but I'm just, do you think some of the things that would change if it was legal? The snatching of the young girls, some of the things that's harming our women right now, that they're being forced into prostitution, right? Do you think if we just said, okay, we're going to make prostitution legal, do you think some of those things will stop?
That's a big old giant question. But it's an excellent question.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excellent question. And I want to take my time with the question. Now, prostitution, that's heavy.
Like in a controlled environment, no one on the street.
I understand your question thoroughly.
Okay.
I understand it thoroughly. Prostitution, when it comes to that, you know, in our society throughout the world, people have different ideas, beliefs, you know, religions, things that got the moral and ethic code or not. Some people don't have any, but we all have something that guides our way of thinking to say if we're going to do this or we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things you mentioned in Thailand, your point was prostitution is legal. It's actually a part of their GDP, their gross domestic product. How they make money is a way of life. In every society or nation, people live differently. And again, like I was saying about the child, you know, how a child moves and how it's governed is based off of the resources of the caregiver. So it's the same about the nation and the state when it in regards to the human being. So in regards to the woman of Thailand, the government, if the government doesn't have the means of production to at the capacity that versus another country, they go with what they have. We dictate our lives by our resources. Like I'm hungry right now, but I haven't went grocery shopping, so I don't have no groceries, so I can't eat. I got to figure something out for later, and it's a hard decision for me. Like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to really sit here and just drink water. But I'm saying that our resources govern our actions. So when it comes to prostitution as a thing, I think that prostitution is fine. I don't think that prostitution is like to say, oh, put a stamp on it. That's a bad thing. So when it comes to Thailand and it being legal there, I'm going to say, I get it. However, I'm not too familiar with the politics of Thailand. I probably should be. And now that you mention it, I'll do my research on it as a nation and its economy and how they operate. But I get it being legal. And because it is legal, it probably reduces the crime rate and so forth and things like that. So if in that society if prostitution serves the interest of a means to an end for financial gain, if they don't have other ways to, I'm pretty sure they probably have other ways that they make money. So I want to be clear to the listening audience. But if it has become a capital to where they use it and it's normal. Now the thing about it is that versus another society as here, it's not glamorized.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a glamorization here. Now you mentioned the Philippines, where people were bring. I thought I heard you say Philippines.
I say the ones that came from the Philippines, the Koreans treated the Filipinos like slaves. They were slaves in Korea, basically. Yeah, without a doubt.
So the Filipinos were slaves that were brought to Korea. Correct.
When I was there in '94, yes, they were slaves. They were prostitution. They were just slaves. Yeah.
So in regards to that point blank period, I think as a human being, we should have the ability to choose our destiny. So at any point, somebody is drunk anywhere as a slave to do anything that's against their will. Now you also mentioned indentured servants, you know. That's a different level, but in my opinion, it's still slavery. So I don't agree with forced prostitution. Now, here in America, prostitution it's actually legal to prostitute here in America. There's different ways to prostitute where you can make money. Like myself, I used to be an adult entertainer. Actually, I can do it whenever I want. I did it over the phone. I made a lot of money, lots of money. I didn't have to work or do anything. But the reason why I didn't want to do it is because of what it did to my spirit. Like all of that being in your head. You got all these images in your head. And it sticks with you. And so it kind of makes you feel uneasy at times. So that's kind of why I slacked off of it. But I made a lot of money doing phone sex. A ton of money. Now, that is a form of prostitution, in my opinion. Y'all can correct me if y'all think I'm wrong. But you also have, online web camming, things where the woman isn't being touched. She can go on a website and make buku money. Wonderful opportunity in making money without even being touched. You can be an escort. You can have an online business with tons of customers. You got the OnlyFans. You got so many ways to make money. And those are prostitutions. So it's legal. Now, you have those women who are at a lower level of prostitution who, I remember when I was growing up in my hood, we had a street that was strictly, prostitutes. People pick them up. That form of prostitution called street walking. That isn't legal. Street walking isn't legal. And I understand why street walking isn't legal, because it creates a environment of danger. It's very dangerous. So now you mentioned in a controlled environment. Look at we look at countries like I look at countries like Cuba, which is my example for everything that has to do with socialism. And when I want to turn someone eye and mind towards the positive aspects of socialism, I turn to Cuba. In societies like Cuba, you can't really say what a person do in their own bedroom. You don't know what people doing behind closed doors. but prostitution don't exist. When Gaddafi was in Libya alive before he was murdered by Obama, Gaddafi created a society in Libya where there was no prostitution. There wasn't a need for prostitution because the society cared. The government made sure that the people had what they needed. Prostitution only comes as a result of not having what you need to sustain your livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
It's
right.
not something that people say, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be a prostitute. You know? No one says that, right? But now, check this out. We live in a society in the United States of America where they are creating a reality where the women want to grow up to be a prostitute. Women are now saying, I want to be a prostitute. Why? Because they marketing the behavior. They marketing people like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all of these type of fixtures of entertainment in our society. So our women, our young girls want to grow up to be just like them. They are excusing the behaviors of a Lil Nas X. I don't give a fuck about his sexual preference. He is a male whore for sale. He will open up his anus for $1 or more, or whatever amount he chooses. So now that's where the problem lies. With capitalism, prostitution is a problem. So now you have women saying this. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it. Because, and I'm sorry for screaming at y'all.
No, you good.
Lose myself. Okay, let me calm back down. Okay.
No, you good, sis. You good.
So I've learned recently when I started to see a lot of Black women being murdered, I learned about different social media sites. And this is one site called Bigo. Are you familiar with Bigo?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay.
Never heard of it. What's the name of it? I'm gonna look it up while we talk.
Bigo.
Beggo.
It's with 1 G. You had everything right, but just 1 G.
Okay.
Is that little cartoon bear, little like bingo, something like that?
No, it's Bigo.
Bigo.
So
okay.
With Bigo, it's a social media app where you see how me and you in the screen and Bakari in the screen. You create like a panel, and like people can watch you on your panel, and then you can let people come up, and you can have like 8, 9, 10 people in a room, and you're the host, and you actually can make a lot of money from it, like thousands of dollars. You can make a lot of money. So I remember before I continue, Brother Wig, I think he's at one point was saying he was trying to come up, but I'm not sure. But in the comments, but you can investigate that.
That's a good brother, a damn good brother right there.
Yeah, I think he had said I could be incorrect, but I think he was saying something. He was trying to join or something. I don't know.
He wants to join.
He's a good brother. Trust me.
I think he had said that at one point.
Okay, yeah, I'll let him. I'll send him the link if he wants to join. I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah. So but yeah, so with Bigo, like you can put like how we have it, You can get like 9, 10, 15, 20 people, however many you want, and they can join and you a host, but you can make money from it. And like people send you like gifts and stuff like that. Those gifts are called like beans or something, and then you can make money. Like, and people like make their living off of this app. So I've been noticing on the app is mostly like transgenders and a lot of ratchet hood type stuff. Now, I don't discriminate against transgenders or anything of that nature by no means. But what I see in the Black/African community when it comes to a lot of the transgenders, there is this behaviorism that is like just so negative, like this attitude behavior that is so corrupt. And it's a big culture of that. And on Bigo, it's full of it. And so what they do is they go back and forth. They fight with each other. They talk about who fucking who. And then there's also women there who are making money, and they just get on there. You don't have to even do anything. You just be in your house and just be like, with your little, what them things called they wear on their heads, them bunny things, when they, them things that the ladies wear with like a shower cap.
Oh, like yeah, okay.
They be on there with the little shower caps on, and like me, I wouldn't dare get on no live video without looking my best as possible. I don't even leave the house in slippers. Like, I have to be fully bathed, fully clothed, fully groomed to take out the trash. But that's just me. So let alone, I'm not gonna, get on there. But I know that that's a certain class sector in our society, right? But they'll be on there and they bun it. The kids will be in the background. They be hollering at the kids, get your ass in. I'm on the goddamn phone. And they have like thousands and thousands and thousands of views. So I'm not going to name any names particularly because I don't want to boost I don't want to boost that up. But it's this one girl on there. She's a whore. She's a professional whore. And she shares her episodes of when she have a trick come over. So there was one episode, and you can't help but watch it. Once you tune in, you can't help but watch it. So she had a trick come over, and she was filming it. And the trick, she didn't show him on the screen, but you can hear him talking to her. And he was I'm sorry, I need some water. Excuse me. He was talking, and he was married. Let me get some water.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, that's much better. So he was married, and you could tell he was married because they was actually talking about it. He was like, I'm ready to fuck because I got to get back to my wife. But she couldn't fuck him right then because her baby wouldn't go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Her baby
and this was
there.
on live?
Uh-huh. So her baby wouldn't go to sleep. And so they were just going back and forward. And it got heated. She ended up having to call the police because he had paid her. And he wanted his money back.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
My throat got so parched from yelling and screaming.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
To myself.
Nah, that's nah. It's okay to be passionate. You know what I'm saying?
So
right.
It got to the point where she had to call the police, but she ended up not calling because she said, "I'm gonna call the police," and he left. She made another video where she was explaining why she's a whore.
Oh my God.
In this video, she said she didn't have to be a whore. She said she wanted to be a whore. She was like, I got everything I want. I got everything I need. I don't need to do this. I do it because I want to. She was lying to herself. But see, in reality, she is telling the truth because capitalism have us desiring a certain type of lifestyle that we can't afford. You know, she may want this lace front wig or shoes or, you know, all those different things. And she can't afford it. So she does that to get that. So when capitalism sells us these things, we do whatever to get it. So that's my point. But I'm gonna get some more water and let y'all reflect on that.
You know, okay, when she come back, I want to, if it's okay, I want to ask her some questions about capitalism.
So, like, what is your thoughts, Brother Bakar, on what she just said so far about now it became a go ahead.
No, I'd never heard of Bego, however you say it.
Right. No, just as far as the whole, the
women
choice
on
and
prostitute. Yeah, right. It's easy. In all honesty, it's easy for a woman, especially a nice looking woman. It's very easy. It's easy work. And they have a mind. They don't care how people think about them. Me personally, I don't look down on anyone because that's what they choose to do. Like I said, I knew a couple of women that did it, and we were cool. We could sit and talk, hold a conversation. They were actually smart, but it's easy. So it's easy work for them. And it's also not the fact that it's just easy. A lot of them, if you ever talk to them and get to know them, that's all they ever knew from the time that they were small. They don't know of a man caring about them. They don't know of being respected by a man. So they're doing, like she said earlier in the thing, what you're around, your environment. So they are doing the things that their environment has taught them to do. Don't understand anything else. Like I met a couple, I can't even just say a couple. It's been quite a few. And when I talk, because I have a lot of female friends that I talk to, right? When I tell them about how I was raised, and I say my father passed in 1986, I was 14. My mother and father had been married 32 years. To a lot of people, that is strange. I've actually had them tell me, the reason I'm saying it's strange, because I've actually had women tell me it was strange. They don't know anything about that. They know I'm going to get the man with the most money and I'm going to be with him for a little while. Then I'm going to move on. Hopefully the next man I'm with have more money. And the same thing with dudes. that's all they've seen. So they know to bounce, 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 and not thinking about the consequences, because in those consequences, the man and woman is bouncing from relationship. He's leaving a baby, and she's with the man that just gonna leave a baby for and the cycle continues. But that's what a lot of our people is. That's what a lot of them is just used to, and it's easy. A beautiful, think about it, man. A pretty woman, in all honesty, a pretty woman, right? And I know quite a few that if that's what they chose to do, right, could make a lot of money. Why do you think those Asian massage parlors or whatever is so popular? That's why if you go to a real, what they'll call massage therapists, right? If you go to a real massage therapist, and the first time I went, I didn't know it, and call it a massage parlor. Watch how offended they get. Watch how the prostitution is deep into the Asian culture. So they're okay with that. You can sit here and you can name country after country after country. It's, and when I'm saying it's not hid in their country the way it's hid here. And like she said, the sister, Kilaika, that's how you say your name?
Kilaika.
Kilaika.
They are not hiding it here anymore. They're just putting it on TV with women like Cardi B. You want to go back before Cardi B? Look at Lil Kim. Before Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, beautiful. She was my beautiful dark skin, beautiful. But look what she was selling. But then when you find the sister, the female rappers like Ciroc, when they ask her, why did you turn down money? And she was like, well, my lyrics for sale, not my body. They don't get the same respect. So when Kilaika said, you finding people today want to be prostitutes, and it's going to be to the point where Kamisi Fox always says, turn the television off, because our young girls are seeing them on TV or hearing them, and those are the ones that stars. My daughter is in the 10th grade. She used to be friends with this girl. I can't think of the young little girl name now. She's in the 11th grade. But they was in front of my house. This was out. My daughter was in the 4th grade. This little girl was in the 5th. And everybody was talking about what they wanted to do when they grow up, right? My son was like, he gonna be a lawyer. He had another friend say he wanted to play basketball, or one wanted to be a doctor. Everybody had something they wanted to do. So then when it got to the one little girl that used to be my daughter's friend, what you want to be when you grow up? I'm gonna be a stripper named Rainbow. She was in the 5th grade. So I went and I told her mother, I was like, look, I don't know, and I ain't trying to get in nobody's business. My exact words. I'm not trying to get in anyone's business. But all the little kids was talking about what they want to do when they grow up, and I was listening, right? Because it was good to hear the little kids talk about their future. I said, your daughter said she wanted to be a stripper named Rainbow. She don't even know nothing about that. I have told her stories about me being a go-go dancer when I was growing up. Things done changed now. Today, it's more like whoring. So, you know, I might talk to her about it. I probably should talk to her about it, but she'll probably get a better understanding of it as she grow older. Now, that was not her mother. Come to find, her father was with a white woman, and that white woman is the one who they moved here, and she was a baby. Said she was so the white woman was just like a caregiver who was with but actually it was her uncle. She stayed with her uncle and his girlfriend was white. And she was like, she really didn't see nothing wrong with it because she used to be a go-go dancer. And she's heard those stories about the go-go dance. She really didn't see nothing wrong with the little girl in the 5th grade saying, she had her name in the 5th grade. I'm going to be a stripper named Rainbow. She had her name in the 5th grade. So Kilaika is absolutely correct about the direction our youth is going. And it's going that way because our generation got lazy and allowed it to go that way. Now, we don't control television and we don't control the images, but we do control our kids, and we should control our communities, right? So when I say our kids, I'm not just talking about mine. If I lived in your neighborhood, I'm from the country, and when I grew up, I could check your kids, and your kids would go home and tell you, and you would ask your child, "See, what were you doing?" He ain't never just checked on. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to get back to that old African proverb, right? It take a village to raise the child. That's an African, that comes from Africa. That's what, but we are losing our Africanity. We are losing our Africanness, and we are becoming European because that's what we want to be so bad. We want to be what they made us. We don't want to be what we are. So we are becoming European. So it take the village attitude is leaving, because it's not a village now. It's just me, my. We're trying to be like people who, in a sense, live that way, right? But they live that way, me, my. But they live that way while working together. If that makes sense. That's why you see so many different cultures here from Europe. We speak English. You got the French in the Americas, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the Dutch. You could, yeah, they saw me, but at the same time, they worked together to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. We allowed that to leave, and that's what we have to bring back. Well, actually, that's what Team Black in the AUM, we're on part of the umbrella. That's what we're bringing back, because that's what we have to do. You know, when I started the book drive, guy, you remember that? Why do you think I'm still giving out books? That's why I give them out, because it's our responsibility to make sure our kids know how great they are and how beautiful they are. And don't be ashamed of your dark skin and your thick lips and your big nose. And don't be ashamed of being African. Don't ever let nobody shame you of that. That's why we do the things we do, guys, when we sit here and that's why. And when his sister's speaking, that's why we do the things that we do, because we know it's our responsibility. And we know we're going to run into a little pushback from some of our own people, and that's okay. We just got to push harder than them. But I want to ask that sister some questions about what you think about this, about capitalism and socialism, because I have some ideas about that when I get an opportunity.
I just want to just add on what was discussed, because it's very interesting. And this one I was saying about imagery and we got to be very careful, because there's a agenda that's being pushed on our people that's saying it's okay. And like I said, we already know about Europe. We already know about ancient Greece and Rome. There's nothing changed in Europe. They always been in bestiality and lesbianism. All that's part of their culture. And my mother always said, she said, we can't do what white people do. She always said that. She said, white people do what they do because that's part of their culture. We can't mimic them, because when we try to mimic them, we get out of touch of nature. And then that's the reason why most of us is coming down with sickness faster than any other race of people. Because we're trying to adapt to their what I call it death style, not lifestyle. I call it death style. We are people we are people of life. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we represent the Ankh, because we represent life, man, woman, and child. So we got to be very careful of trying to be like other people and other races of people, because that's their culture. That's what they do. So when we see Cardi B, for Cardi B is not black to me, so I don't know, but it seemed like to me she's pushing this stuff on our children and not on her people. So and all this filth and I bet you she won't let her daughter, because I think she has a daughter as well, she won't let her daughter listen to it, her music. You know what I'm saying? So her daughter will be brought up in a certain way where she won't know about her music. But after she makes her money, all of a sudden she gonna try to get into Hollywood and all this other stuff. So we gotta because when I was growing up, we used to shame our people when they get into when they did certain things. We used to shame them. And that was send a message to the rest of our people to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have a bunch of babies by different men. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not going to have a bunch of kids that I can't raise or we used to do. We need to get back into that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in ass whoopings too. You know, you do certain things. No, you deserve an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Because ass whooping kept me alive, kept me out of jail too. So, I mean, there's certain things that, you know, that we need to get back into it. And like I said, they're pushing this agenda hard on our people. But this is where we have to do our best to give our people that pride, where that we have to show that instead of showing Africa like the village and all that stuff, show that African people wearing suits and ties and they live no different than how we live, you know, nice cars, beautiful homes. You know what I'm saying? So they don't show that part. They don't show beautiful middle-class black neighborhoods in Africa. They ain't gonna show that. They ain't gonna show that, but they'll show like huts and all this other stuff. And all black people don't live that way. You know what I'm saying? Just like they showed images over there. Oh, black people living in a hood. You know, we gang bang on each other. And this is, you know, like you said, prostitution and hood rats. And this is how they look at us. So we have to work together as a nation of people to say, no, we're not going to fall for that trick. No, we got good black people over here. We got very productive African people over here. We are one. So there's definitely pushing this agenda on our people, and this is how they're weakening us. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that in there just to get my 2 cents on the issue. That's all.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate, you know, what I was saying before I had my coughing spell. My throat has kind of went back to normal now after yelling and screaming. But what I was saying was capitalism is about consuming. You know, fashion, high end, like, you know, we can't tell people what to do with their money, period. Mm-hmm. But you can influence people on what to do with their money. And capitalism influences us to purchase the things that we don't necessarily need. So as long as you have people like Nicki Minaj and these entertainers and celebrities that glamorize their riches and valuables and create this picture of this is the life that you want to live, people will aspire to do those things. And so people begin to try and live above the means of necessity. This topic of, you know, of capitalism particularly is a very challenging one. Because even as we want to, you know, build and create revenue for our movement, like I make jewelry, I want to sell my jewelry. Well, jewelry is not a necessity either. Whether it was $10 or $20,000, it's not a necessity. My little necklace, you see my necklace?
It looks nice, beautiful.
Wait, let's see. I'm trying to straighten it up. And my earrings, see my earrings?
It's real nice.
Well,
yeah.
I bought these from, I don't go nowhere, but I like to look cute. But I bought these from my sister. She sells it. She's live right now selling her jewelry on Facebook. And it's called Paparazzi Jewelry. And this is like little earrings. They're like real blinged out. Let me show you. They're like super blingy. Look at
that's
that.
Beautiful. That's
and
beautiful.
It's like $5.
Oh, that's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
You should yeah, you should put that. Yeah, you should put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat if you know.
Yeah, I
So
try
let
to
people.
but yeah.
What is it? I'll put it in. What is it again?
It's paparazzi, but her name is
Papa-
Kimberly Ann.
Okay.
But put Kimberly Ann on Facebook. That'll be
Okay.
better.
Okay, Kimberly Ann. Okay,
But
gotcha.
a lot of people know about paparazzi. It's a way that you can make money. Like you know how you have you know how you used to have like Avon or something.
Right.
And you can take Avon and you can sell it or whatever. But my point is, like these earrings have and this necklace have like diamonds, right? Well, but they're not diamonds, they're cubic zirconia. For me, cubic zirconia is absolutely fine. Like, shoot, I shot this mug up, be like, bling, 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 and shot it up. And you can see me coming from a mile away. But see, with these entertainers, they push a whole different type of reality for working class people who can't afford it. So then you have like these mothers, like the girl I was mentioning, who's selling her ass and pussy, you know, and saying, I don't need to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. But you got a whole nigga about to beat your ass because your son, here I go again screaming, because your son won't go to sleep. This whole nigga about to beat your ass because your son won't go to sleep. And you don't want to give him his money back.
Wow.
Because you need that money to attain a certain lifestyle. You get whatever benefits you get, but that's not good enough because you gotta have that lace front wig. You gotta have that those pants that Megan won the video or whatever, you know. And this is the culture that exists, and I bring it up because I'm talking about domestic violence. And when we talk about capitalism, people look at people in relationships, outside of relationships, or from the whore to the trick, to the prostitute, to the pimp, from the employee to the supervisor. People look at other people as a means to an end, and don't look at people as an end as in themselves. They look at people to see how they can use people. We get in relationships or not based off of what a person can do for us. We build friendships or not by what we can get out of a person, and not as a person as the end in themselves. And this is all too common because, like, my friend posted on my Facebook, said individualism is killing us. We have to decolonize and re-educate, especially our youth caught up with the celebrities. But it's individualism. We live in a society that's a dog-eat-dog society. Like, you know, I got to get mine, you got to get yours. A society where it's me before you. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you the example of individualism. So, because we have been through a lot of traumatic experiences, like in relationships, a lot of us, especially women, have a mindset that says, well, shit, if I'm gonna fuck with him, then I'm gonna go ahead and fuck with them and just to get what I can get type of mentality. And then paparazzi from Kimberly. And then and nigga would say, and I'm using these terminologies because I feel it's necessary. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. So I hope y'all not offended by the word nigga, bitch, whore.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
And so, and then a nigga would say, "Shit, I know this bitch just using me anyway, so shit, I'm gonna let her use me, but I'm just gonna, get what I can get too. You know what I'm saying? And be okay with being used." That as an idea exists because there's nothing of substance to take the place of that idea. Right. For instance, I'm in poly relationships, and this is not coming for me to talk about, but I'm a poly woman. Now, for me, I practice polyandry. That means I have multiple spouses, men who are in relationships with me. It's not that the other way, not polygamy. I'm not a part of a polygamy, but only with one of my spouses, right? Okay. Now, the reason why I chose this way of life is because the men that I have been with over decades, like 15 plus years. Okay. The reason why I chose that way of life is because I love them all dearly. They love me dearly. I cannot make them fit to serve my interest. Shout out to the MC, Emily MC. Guys, she's in the chat. You talk about positive women in music. Like she on the side rock level, like way, she like up there. Guys, show her how to drop her information, whatever. She got a channel, Emily. I hope she can hear and she dropped everything.
She could just put it in the chat. Just drop her information in the chat.
She a cold.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
She's like cold. She been rocking with me. Like, that's my girl. Like, you see her picture?
Yeah, I see. That looks nice. That's what's up.
She is the true one. She is the true one. She is the truth, the way, and the light. And she is one of the reasons why I can stand on the foundation that I can stand on and say what I'm saying. And because I know, man, like I have women like her that I can look at and say, that's what it's supposed to be. She a cold. Man, she a beast. She's like a dragon with fire. We
need that fire. We need that. That's what I'm talking about.
So with the relationship thing, I can't, like, these men, they are good men.
Okay.
They're very good men. They always been good to me. But I can't make them fit in my concept of what I want my man to be particularly. And so I don't try to force them to. And then they don't try to force me in any way to do anything that I don't want to do. Oh, that's my other comrade.
Shout out.
Lucas.
Hotep.
I work with him in the prison movement.
Oh, that's what's up.
These are
That's what's up. Welcome.
Yeah, let me show you some of Lucas stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. Thanks for subscribing, Emily. Hotep.
So when I go to meetings and stuff, I keep a little box of stuff. This is Lucas always send me goodies. It's like I go to a festival and stuff. So this is the dignityschools.org. You know, talk about we have like the school to prison pipeline. You know, shut down the school to prison pipeline. Save the kids from incarceration. Thanks to Lucas, I always keep. And when people come over, I like make them like little goodie bags and stuff. No youth in prison. So yeah, so this is just some of the work that my comrades do. Yes, that makes me so happy. Okay, but yeah, so so I don't try to make them subscribe to what I need. And what we do is we don't use each other. We're just there for each other. So in my lifestyle, my poly lifestyle, we are there for each other. It's not so much about sex and all of that. Like one of the guys I've been with for 16 years, we haven't been sexually active together for 3 years. And we're fine with that. He has like a lovely a life that he enjoys. He likes dogs. He likes large pit bulls. You don't have to purchase any. I send you a kit. Yeah, I send you some stuff. He has dogs, and I don't particularly like pit bulls. I'll be around them, but I don't particularly like them. Like, oh, look at the pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Unless I really, really know the pit bull. And me and him don't see eye to eye on the dog situation. But I love him dearly, and he loves me. And we're okay with that. I'm not trying to make him get rid of his dogs or nothing. So I see you when I see you, right? And so my whole thing is he always every morning he check on me. You know, I check on him. Like I've been in some rough situations. He's always found a way to rescue me out of them. Like he never questioned anything. And one of the reasons why he's that way for me is because of who I am and what he knows what my goal and my mission is. He particularly don't have the capacity to organize like I do, but he supported. Like if I say, hey, I need you to do this for me, can you do this? If it's within his capacity, he can do it. It's like, and it could be like a financial, like I need $50 for this or whatever for that, or I need to catch this flight over here. Can you buy me a plane ticket? Or he's always there. And he don't ask me for anything. Only thing that he asked me for, he don't ask for, but I just give it. And it's just love, you know? And a lot of times you can't ask no man for shit unless you're giving up some ass. Period. or something. And that's how we live in, that's how a lot of us live. And that's how people desire to live, because so many people have been used and abused and dogged so badly that they got to get something. You understand what I'm saying? You understand the mentality that goes with it. The mentality is, I got to protect myself. Well, if it's going to go down like this, shit, I got to get something out of it. I got to get something out of it. And when you have that type of mindset and thinking and going into a relationship or just going on the first date, oh yeah, we're going all the way there, girl. And just I like this because you can see people comments and stuff pop up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, you going on you can be going on the first date and stuff, but it's not a genuine connection, because it can't be genuine, because in your mind you're trying to figure out how not to be used or how you can use somebody. And so many relationships exist like that, which cause for friction, which can create and lead to violence. And that's
right.
Where I'm going with that.
That's what's
it
up.
sounds like you want to say something.
Now I was wondering if Brother Bakari might have any questions about. I think he said something about questions about capitalism.
Yes, yeah. When I came in earlier, when I first started listening, I was a little late. I heard you talk about socialism, and you're a socialist, right? And it's a couple questions, and it seems as if you may be against capitalism, right? Me, I'm going to say we need capitalism. Right now we do, because that's what's going to generate our money to do the things that we have to do. So I'm going to ask, do you think, because I believe we can we use capitalism, and while we're building our own, can we use capitalism while we build our own socialist society?
Let me say this. Perfect question. And I'm going to talk about that because with the program that I have here that I'm building, that I got to make sure I talk about before we get off today. You're not using capitalism. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is you're creating capital. It's two different things. We're talking about a system of governing, the economics, a system of governing the social aspects of society, a system of governing the political aspects of society. Capitalism is a whole conglomeration, a system that governs those things. So when you say capitalism, like using capitalism, we can create, and I'm going to show you exactly how. I have a whole blueprint. That's my chicken scratch notes, but I have a whole blueprint on how to create socialism amongst us. And there's different levels of doing that, but in order to create, we have to have some money. There has to be some exchange of resources. There has to be some exchange of goods, products, and services. And time and the human person is the commodity. Those things are definitely necessary in order to create a well-oiled machine like Garvey did. So we have to have those things. In order to have those things, we have to have capital. Raising capital, engaging in commerce, entrepreneurship, and distribution goods and services is not inherently capitalism. Yes. And hell yeah, we need that. Land, food, access, financial, yes, financing, revenue, work and trade. Yes, absolutely. It doesn't belong to capitalism. Every society that exists has a way to exchange products, goods, and services. It's up to us how we govern how that happens. So, like, for instance, like I can provide. I'm not like with my method of what I'm going to introduce y'all. Y'all can donate money to me. I would love that, but y'all don't have to. And I'm not looking for that. I have a means to create capital. That because I'm creating capital, that doesn't make me a capitalist. No, by no means. Capitalism is conducive to ideas as well, your ideology, and the ideology defines your action. So I create a well-oiled machine that's durable through socialism. We will use revenue, but not as a means to create capital. To see, capitalism exploits people. Capitalism exploits people's labor and people's time. It's an exploitive so that a few can control the wealth from the fruit that those people produce. Period. There's no other way around it. That's what capitalism is. Is I have a business. If I have a business and I employ Emily, Bakari, and Guy, and y'all work 10 hours a day. It's my business. But y'all work 10 hours a day. Salute to my comrade Amani. Thanks for coming on, comrade. So, man, I love my people, man.
What's up?
I love my people. So
they coming out supporting, boy. I love it.
Yeah, man. Well, you told me to share it. I shared it, man.
Yeah, go ahead and share. That's right. Because this is good information. Good information.
Yeah. So if I employ you, Guy, Brother Bakari, and I employ Emily, and it's my business. Y'all work 10 hours a day, but it's my product, my idea, my business, and I employ y'all to do the work so that I can only work like maybe 2 hours a day, and I go relax on the beach somewhere. But I pull in $100,000 per month, but y'all only getting paid $2,000 a month from. That's how much y'all earn. So y'all making like $15 an hour, right? Which is good money for some people. $15 to $20 an hour is good money, but I done made $100,000. And out of y'all, my 3 employees, that's only 6. So that leaves me with $94,000 or something to that effect. But after I pay all the reality, just give me a scenario. But capitalism works that way. In socialism, it don't work like that. I don't care about this idea. This idea is whatever I put into it, whether it's $100,000, the people will be governed, but the people will govern that money and they will share the wealth equally. I'm not going to be like, oh shit, Kilaika got $96,000. I done paid my workers. Kilaika going to the Bahamas and I'm going to rent me a private jet. I got $96,000. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kilaika don't move like that because Kilaika is socialist. But a capitalist moves like that. And that's the difference. That's the difference. So we're creating capital, but we're not capitalists. To be capitalist is a whole different thing.
But what I said was use the capitalistic system because we are living in this system, right?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. That's what I was referring to. Yeah. We're not using that system. No, that's my whole point. It's a whole nother system. I'm saying we're creating capital because we got to deal with the exchange of resources, but we're not using their system. No, that's not what we have to do.
I got you. Well, I was just wondering how you see it because I think we can use capitalism we use the capital to create oh my God, my thing just, can y'all hear me?
Brother, we're saying the same thing, brother.
We can hear you. We can.
I don't know what's going on with my
We can.
screen. Okay.
No, we can hear you, brother. We can hear you.
I got you. I'm sorry. Okay, it's back now. Yeah, I got you. Oh
yeah,
my
you're saying the same thing. I'm trying to get you to understand that clearly, no, we are not using a capitalist system. We are using a socialistic system, period. But we will generate capital. Yes, we have to exchange monies. We have to spend money and create money. Absolutely. We're 100% on the same page. It ain't going to fall out the sky. Shit, I got to go put on deodorant. Shit, I got to go to Walgreens or wherever to buy the deodorant. I may have a sister that's making a deodorant and I buy it from her. Either way, I'm going to spend in exchange for money. But a whole system of capitalism, no. But we are definitely, brother, having to acquire wealth. We're going to have to acquire funds to produce and sustain what we create. But the system that we use is most definitely one of socialism, an equal distribution. Capitalist system does not equally distribute, period. The system doesn't. So we can't use that system, no. So I hope that I made a distinction, not only for you, but for the audience to understand that it's a difference. Because this question is a very critical question that's always asked, and it's widely a question that we need to truly deal with. And that's why it's hard for us to truly come to a collective understanding of what must be done, because people get into ideological debates on what must be done. We need money, period. Let's just stick right there. And let me tell you this, brother, I have a plan to generate money. And then what we do with that money, I know you are Pan-Africans. You know I'm a Pan-Africanist. And based off of that, that is the system that we create to sustain it.
Yes. Okay. Excuse me. I understand what you're saying. Now, we basically were saying the same thing. You know, you just didn't say it the way I said it, but in the end, it was basically the same.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you another question, right? I hear a lot of Pan-Africanists, especially the ones that believe in socialism, right? Like me, I'm a socialist, but most I hear, right? Why do we look up to Gaddafi and never mention Thomas Sankara? Now, me personally, I don't like Gaddafi, but I'm diehard Thomas Sankara. We look up to Gaddafi, and he literally used Thomas Sankara's plan. Thomas Sankara, if we're going to study socialism and study the things that was done for African people, not for his own greed like Gaddafi did, I think we should look more up to Thomas Sankara. So why is Gaddafi remembered and admired more by Black African people here, as far as I know, when I hear people talk here in this country, than Thomas Sankara?
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't know that was the reality. But see, the people that I am in contact with or whatever, I hear more about Thomas Sankara than Gaddafi. So I guess our perspectives are different on that.
You know what I'm saying? When I hear people here talk.
Yeah, I get you.
When you hear him?
It hasn't been my experience though. Like I hear more people talk about Thomas Sankara, but I don't say it's probably the circle of people that I move around. So I barely even, the only time I really even hear Gaddafi name is if I actually bring him up around the people that I move around.
That's good, because God, when you listen to other people on YouTube, who they're talking about and what they did in Africa, don't they always talk about Gaddafi? Always. That's why I
right.
I'm not really familiar with it, but
and I think what Thomas Sankara did, Thomas Sankara truly showed you what socialism is and how great socialism could be when he did what he did in the 80s, when he took control, sold those planes to put the money back. What he sold all the private planes except one. He sold all of the Mercedes. He took all that money, put it back into the country, right? He was the first one to build farms and stuff in the desert. Thomas Sankara. I love Thomas Sankara. You know, I quote Thomas Sankara a lot. One of my favorite quotes that he gave was, "He who feeds you controls you." And if you look at it today, we have been fed by people that don't even like us, feeding us, as we know, they would feed us this poison, feed us anything. They don't care because they don't want us here. You understand? And those are the people that's controlling us, and they have so much control where we don't even think we can do anything unless we get their permission or unless they do it for us. Sister, you know what? This is my second time seeing you on God in Hollywood channel. I love your energy. I love everything. I know we spoke once before. There's a couple things I'm gonna have to talk to you about because I promise you I'm gonna have to get you on my panel.
Yeah, did you get the part where I told you? I said, I told God him at the beginning that I sent your buddy email, and your email that you sent me is spelled differently than your name that's here on the screen.
Well,
and huh?
God be spelling my name wrong. You see my name, God be spelling it wrong.
Okay,
I'm ready to put it. I'm ready to put it in the chat again. My email.
Yeah, please do, because I sent the email and I was like, I think it may be the spelling is wrong, but yeah, because I will tell you about that 1,000 acres. I was following up with you on that 1,000. I mean, not 1,000 acres, but that 1 acre that you was talking about for. I think you said $3,000. So
you know, one of my friends, somebody snatched that up so quick, but we still looking. I got people out in the country now.
Oh, no worries. I got something good for you tonight.
Yeah. We're still looking. I got
something good for you tonight. So, yeah, brother. So, I'm a diehard student of Thomas Sankara and Gaddafi. Anybody listen to my people who, because I don't know the YouTube channels and it stuff. I don't, but so I really couldn't really reflect on what you were talking about. But for when it comes to the struggle for African liberation, one of the things that my teacher taught me is you don't measure a man by the height of another man, but you measure a man as an end in himself. And when it comes to our contributions, you know, I never can see myself measuring this person, that person's efforts, because we, like I said, it's all about your environment and your resources and what you're capable of doing. Like, you will never hear me compare Angela Davis to Asada Shakur, or Nina Simone to Billie Holiday, or George Jackson to Fred Hampton, or, you know, I can't say who was greater or not, because when it comes to the struggle for African liberation and making contributions, everything counts. Everything is needed, and this task is something that nobody can twist your arm to take on. You know, because it has to come from a genuine place. It has to come from a place of execution that you feel deeply ingrained in your heart. You understand? It has to come from there. And so what Thomas Sankara experienced versus what Gaddafi experienced, I can't measure the two brothers against, but I thank my brothers for what they given us. And the reason why I brought up Gaddafi is because, you know, he truly was an example of protecting the women of Libya. You know. Yeah. And my teacher before my teacher died, he spent time with Gaddafi right before they killed Gaddafi. And him and Gaddafi spent a great deal of time together. And I know for a fact Gaddafi's relationship with uplifting the African woman was one of great responsibility. And I know that the state of Libya now is a whole different story.
And excuse me, and you're right, it's a whole different story. But what's going on now? That's black people job. I'm not gonna get into why I don't care for Gaddafi, why I didn't care for Gaddafi at all. Everybody had a right to admire who they admire, but I didn't care for him at all. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I did. It's a lot of
people.
It's a lot of backstory to him. Okay, let me say this. I'm gonna say one thing, right? When Gambia was going through what they was going through, water, I forget the crisis. That's who they reached out to, was Gaddafi. You know what Gaddafi told the Gambian leaders? We're not the same. We're different. We even different type of Muslims. I can't help you.
and you have to further analyze that too. You probably have to look at who the Gambian people was dealing with, their leaders were dealing with. Because, see, Africa suffers from neo-colonialism. And a lot of times, Gaddafi probably wouldn't get in certain affairs too, because of who they had relationships with, those countries. So, but I hear you, though. And a lot of people don't subscribe to Gaddafi as well because of his nationality too. But like I said, we had a different relationship with Gaddafi. But yeah, I feel you. But I want to
but I still want you on my panel. I hope that didn't turn you off from wanting to come talk to me. But I'm just saying,
if you're African and you for the struggle for African people being liberated, there's nothing that you can say that can turn me off if you're truly and genuinely sincere about that. And I know that's the case with you. We have the ability to have a political dialogue because we use dialectical materialism when in our conversation. And so we're able to use logic and reason when coming to conclusions on things and not being emotional, because our whole goal is to liberate the people. And this platform is a means to that end that we want to achieve. So I'm not subjective to certain ideas or perspectives, because we're collectively doing this for a purpose. So I definitely want to talk to y'all about the domestic violence. So I the reason why I brought up the whore and the tricking and prostitution, because I see a lot of women are being victimized who are whoring. And a lot of women, they're not calling themselves whores, but they're getting the relationship dynamic with men that has that type of reality, and it puts them in the circumstance. So I hope y'all got the gist of what I was saying in regards to that. But as far as domestic violence in a relationship, I was saying that I just recently, like me, I can say, I'll say recent, even though it's been about a year. No, it's been actually 1 year and 1 month that I escaped my abuser. And I almost was killed. I almost died.
Oh my God. Wow.
I'm alive. Yay.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yes, hey, congratulations. You get applause from me. I'm glad you are.
Congratulations.
Yeah, same here. Wow.
So it's like I'm still suffering from PTSD. Without PTSD, I still have that, like, I have these flashes in my head and they go off at any time. They go off. And then I get like little chills about when I was dragged into the basement. You know, I get these chills that just ding, like I could be doing anything.
And this happened this happened last year?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I get these little flashes, ding, ding, and then it just makes my skin crawl. So I've been going through that on a regular basis. I could be like I'm telling you, I could be doing like some of the most regular shit, and out of nowhere, it just boom, it just pop up of a flashback of me being dragged into the basement or being punched in the face, like triggers. Like, so anyway, yes. So I survived it, man. But what been really, really triggering those thoughts is I've been seeing a lot of news reports of women, Black women, being murdered by Black men. I'm talking about viciously. Like, I know y'all heard about the baby mama that was killed by the baby daddy because of the stimulus check. She was supposed to give him $700 and he killed her and all of the family.
Oh my God.
Or
yes, I heard about that.
Yeah. Wow. Or about the lady in New York who was a pregnant woman who was killed by her boyfriend, and she was left on the side of the road, found there. Or the lady that body was found inside of a suitcase, a dead, left, tossed out in the suitcase. And then there's many more. And then I was talking to one of my coworkers at work, and he was telling me about his grandmother who was murdered by his grandfather, and his grandfather killed 4 of his cousins that was there in the house along with the grandmother. So these things that are happening, I use the word domestic violence because that's the word that everybody else is using. But for me, it's something far more vicious. And I think I always say that's too pretty of a word to use. But these atrocities that are happening are happening simply because people don't know how to control their anger and rage. And for me, this is the type of person that I am. I don't care how mad, how frustrated I get. Now, y'all know that I can scream. Like, y'all see, like, well, I talk loud, or I talk to the point where I lose my voice and all of that. But if I'm angry, like really, really angry, I can scream, I can yell, nobody wants to get in an argument with me because you're gonna lose every time. Not in a political, not in one like this, but I'm just saying, like, the person look like I'm very, but even in my arguments though, I'm very objective in my arguments, all of my arguments. Always. But if I get upset, that's a whole different story. And even myself, it's something that I have to practice, as far as personal self-development, how to have a disagreement or argument with someone and maintain your cool. But one thing that I can tell you, I would never, ever, 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 ever lose my cool so much that I want to punch or hit or bite or kick or spit on or hurt physically any other person, period.
Right.
I would never want to physically harm anyone. I may get loud or any of that stuff, but I will never physically hurt you. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but I don't even believe in whooping children. Now, some people may say, oh, well, that may be because you don't have no kids. You don't know what it's like. That's not the case. I don't believe in violence as a means to solving a contradiction unless you are in a situation of self-defense But violence to teach a lesson, I don't subscribe to it. I don't agree with it. Okay? Period. So, with these domestic violence situations and the cases, it comes to people having disagreements for whatever reason that they're having them. Then you have a person that cannot handle their own self. It don't have anything to do with the other person, but not being able to handle your own self. So guess what I learned? You want to know what I learned?
What you learned?
By almost dying and losing my life, I learned that there is nothing that you can do to fix that problem.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to do is turn your ass at any sign of seeing that. If you are in a relationship with a person who cannot have a conversation with you without punching a wall. Once he punched that wall,
right.
It's time to pack your bags. Period.
That's a sign. That's the sign.
Pack the bag. Have the bag ready and pack that night. And when he take his ass to sleep or whatever he do, get the fuck on. If you cannot be in a relationship and have an argument with a person and they call you a bitch or a hoe or whatever the fuck, leave immediately.
That's right.
Because it's only going to elevate to you either getting your ass beat or having to take them out. Kill or be killed is going to be the eventual outcome. Period.
That's right.
So my goal is to create a haven, a reality, a network of formerly abused women to prevent them from being murdered and being victims of this very thing that happens all the fucking time, every day. Right now, while we're talking, somebody's in some dumbass argument, calling each other bitches and hoes. Fuck you then too, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. All day long. And then they go to sleep like that and hate each other and wake up and somebody getting punched in the face. And then somebody getting punched in the face. They trying to go to sleep at night. That same night, trying to figure out how they gonna kill this nigga. Or they gonna poison him. Or they're gonna take the knife that's under their bed and stab him in the throat. And then if they do that, who gonna watch their kids? People are going through this on a regular basis. I went through it for 2 years.
Wow. Did the guy ever got locked up? Did he get locked up?
I gotta be careful with these questions. With that question, let me think about stuff. Let me think about. So, with that being said, I created a haven, right? And with this haven, it's basically I had like a hotline for women. Because see, like what my abuser did to me, my abuser isolated me from the world. Like I would travel the world, speak at different places, schools, universities. I'm very active in my community. I would go to travel from DC back to Baltimore on the weekends to attend my network on Cuba. Like just different things that I would do on a regular basis. And slowly and surely, they started to dwindle because my abuser would be jealous of what I was doing, and he didn't want me around people. And it got to the point where I couldn't talk to my family. I couldn't go to any of my meetings or my organizing. I couldn't even talk to women. If a woman had short hair, I couldn't talk to her. And then it was like I couldn't be around anybody. I could go to work, but then I go to work, I had to come straight home. Like even going to work was a challenge. Going to work was a challenge. Sometimes, like, if he was afraid that I would run away, I couldn't go to work. He was like, you don't have to go to work. You know, I'll take care of you. But I wanted to go to work so I can get out of the house. Only places I could really go was like to the library. But then sometimes I couldn't even do that unless he go with me. It was just a lot, but basically the tool was to isolate me from friends, family, and loved ones. So with my foundation, the network is called the Bruised Fruit Foundation. The goal with that is the network, or just having somebody to talk to, because it was just times when I was just sitting in the house and like he would be gone and I was just sitting in the house, but I was just stuck. Because I cut everybody off and I didn't really have anybody to talk to, or even that I even wanted to talk to. But I always felt more comfortable talking to strangers. And see, that's one of the other thing about abuse. And a lot of people go through the abuse that they go through because they are humiliated behind the idea that they're being abused. So when it comes to like family and friends and so forth, you don't really want to go into all of that with them. So you would rather talk to a stranger that, you know what I mean? And it's not just that way with abuse. It's that way with a lot of things in life that we have struggles and issues with. We can get stuff off our chest when talking to complete strangers, because like the people that are in our lives, they are more critical of it. Even though my family is not critical of me at all. Like in my family, I'm like the supreme leader in my family. And so like it ain't nothing that I can do wrong. And if I do, they don't really criticize me for it in my family, because I have like a real alpha spirit, but my family respects me because of my political work, and I always been like a guide and light for my family. And but if I fuck up, I know my family know that I fucked up, but they don't say nothing. They just support me. And I think it's because of my political work. Like anybody that does that, I know it's because they know who I am and what's important to me and how I sacrifice myself for my political work. So, but I still didn't feel comfortable. Like I couldn't talk to my mom. Like I remember one day I was on the phone talking to my mom, and I had my computer on my lap, and he just took my computer and just threw it up against the wall. I done been through like 3 computers.
My God.
But he just like, because I was on the phone and smashed it into pieces because I was on the phone with my mom. So I've been through a few computers. This computer right here survived the day that I was dragged into the basement.
Oh my
God. I was supposed to die. But it was actually thrown against the wall.
Oh, wow.
But
it looks like it's operating pretty good to me.
Yeah, it survived. It's a Chromebook.
Yeah, sure did. Oh, okay.
It's a Chromebook. But yeah, it survived. So
unbelievable.
He actually had to buy this for me to replace the one that broke.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't matter because it got tossed as well. But anyway, so So the network, the hotline, I have formerly abused women, and also women who've never been abused, women who are in successful relationships that have been in relationships for years with their spouses. These women are volunteering on a hotline to be there to just to have a friend to talk to. You know, girl, what you doing? What you cooking tonight? You know, that's how I'm marketing it. You know, like you just need a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because like like sometimes you just want to fuck with new people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just be shit. You know what I'm saying? You just want to meet somebody new or whatever. Like whatever, we there for all of it, and like the women can call. They ain't gotta been punched in the face or nothing like that. They ain't gotta. They may have just had an argument. They want to call just woosah or something. Whatever, however, whenever they want to call. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I have a question. Just a quick question. Do you know, a lot of like when I was growing up, you know, if you try to punk a girl or whatever like that, a lot of these girls would have like brothers or like cousins. Do you have any brothers or cousins or any type of a male that you ran to or to deal with this dude? Like, because I just don't see. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So in my political work, you know, I have a family. And I have brothers as well. But I'm a part of a functioning unit of people that I'm accountable to, and they are accountable to me. Mm-hmm. So I don't never have to call my brothers for nothing because I deal with my political family first. My political family is my life. Mm. That's my everything. Okay. Like my family is too, my brothers, but I'm a political person and I deal with that. So everything that I do is political. So my political family, they were made aware of the situation, and they could have took matters into their hands. But see, this is the thing, and this is the thing that a lot of women do. Guess what happened? I bet you probably know the answer. I bet Bakari know what happened. Is Bakari still there?
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. So what happened was this. I told them to stand down. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem too sure. Do you know what I mean when I say stand down?
You kind of breaking up a little bit. I'm just trying to follow you because you're breaking up a little bit. You repeat that? Hey, hold up, Jamela. How you doing? How you doing, sister?
I said that you heard what everything I said about the political family part, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then I said they was going to handle the situation, right? You heard that part, right?
Right.
And I said, I bet you can guess what happened. And then you said, what happened? I told them to stand down.
Mm.
Do you know what they
Why
mean?
did you say that?
Right. Okay, exactly. Now, exactly. Good question. So you understand what I'm saying. You can hear me clearly. It is a good question. Why did I say that? That is one of the key factors that women end up being murdered by men because they particularly ask people not to get involved in their affairs. Right. Now, the reason why I did that is because I felt sorry for him. I wanted to save him. And like many people who can't handle their anger issues, They have mental disabilities. There's so many people in this world that look like you and me that have mental issues, illnesses, sicknesses.
Yeah.
And this is a real thing. And so in my mind, I'm saying he doesn't deserve to be handled. It's not his fault. I'm seeing this. I'm rationalizing, saving him. So so to answer your question, that's why I told them to stand down.
I see. Gotcha.
I had, out of the 2 years, I had escaped several occasions. And that was the other thing. After lots of women, they go through this process, they'll escape, get away, then they go back. Escape, get away, then go back. Escape, get away, then go back. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. You repeat it. Do it again, do it again, do it again. That's what we do. But my cutoff point came when I was like 2 seconds close from death. I'm like,
unbelievable. Wow. Wow.
I'm like, gotta go. Like, what's that movie? What's that movie with Color Purple? With Oprah Winfrey hit the lady, right?
Oh yeah.
And then Oprah Winfrey was like, no, the lady hit Oprah Winfrey or something, snapped her.
Right.
And then the guy was the piano said, "Oh, time to go."
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that.
Was when I got dragged in that basement. So when I got dragged in the basement, I was able to talk him out of it by the hair on my chin. Woo! And so yes, but anyway, so like I say, we that cycle. Go back, come back, leave, go back. It's like a scratchy record, right? So that's what a lot of us do. So because we do that, then we don't get people involved, or we don't want to because we don't want the criticism of it, or either people will turn off their support for you because they say, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing but go back," right?
Right.
So those are factors, right? So that's why with the Bruised Fruit Foundation, and the reason why I call it Bruised Fruit is because you've seen a bruised fruit before. The bruised fruit, you can still eat the fruit. It's a little damaged. Like me, I have PTSD, but I'm still so good. I'm like good. Because see, what your abuser tries to do is tries to make it to where you feel inferior. I love yours too. I love you for loving me. Like your abuser tries to make you feel inferior, try to isolate you, try to make you feel less than, like all those things. And my PTSD is a part of all of that. Like, in such a major way. I can't even tell you, like, I know, I got so much to say and I ain't even said nothing yet.
Yeah.
Like
we might have to do it. We might have to do a part 2 on this. We're gonna have to do a part 2 on this. I know, but we gotta say that for part 2, sister.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
We already over 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, you gotta go to work tonight?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll give you we'll do another 10 minutes and we'll shut it down. You know what I'm saying? But we'll do it. We'll work on a go ahead. What time?
Okay.
Oh, what's
go ahead. So let me try to wrap up that. So yeah, so long story short, I survived and I've been outraged. Like I can feel the spirits of the dead women that's saying, you got to stop this from happening to us. You got to stop this from happening to Black women. Like I hear all the dead voices, and I know that sounds weird to people, but I love to hear the dead voices talking to me and telling me how to move and what to do. And it's great reward. It's great reward in it. It's so much reward when I can avenge my people. So the Bruised Fruit, we got the Hotline Network. One of the things, like I said, about the inferiority, I've been picking up stuff like things too, because you'll suffer from depression because you're in shock that actually happened to you, and then you also are upset about like the time that you wasted, everything that you had to leave behind, start your life over, like all those things. You are so upset about that, and so you're kind of stuck. So a lot of my political work, like a lot of my files and stuff, he destroyed a lot of my stuff, but like all of my political work, I had got disconnected from that. But the main thing was the inferiority complex that they try to create in you. So one of the things I started to do to get unstuck with my thinking about it was I became active, like physically active. So like exercising, I took on skating recently. Like I used to skate when I was a little girl, but I'm 42 years old now. So it works out a little bit different. It's a different struggle from when I was a little girl. But I have these skates. They're indoor, outdoor roller skates. I can take them to the rink and go outside, which I prefer to skate outside. But I'm skating. So one of the things that I started and I'm creating with my foundation as we raise money, as we raise capital, is freedom skaters. Freedom skaters. What I'll be doing is ages 18 and up. We'll go around our neighborhoods, all over the neighborhoods on skates. You know what I'm saying? And our supporters, whoever walking or whatever, we're passing out flyers about the Bruised Fruit Foundation, letting the women know that we're there, and stuff like that. And then, of course, providing resources and job opportunities. And see, this is where the pimps and the whores and the tricks coming in, because when you create jobs and opportunities and creative ways for people to be a part of a Pan-Africanist movement that they can benefit from and generate monetary funds from, the pimp becomes obsolete. The trick becomes obsolete because now they have new ways to make money. Now they have things of interest that wasn't once a part of their environment, or they now know how to do, and they have a whole different type of outlook and perspective on life. And this is what we have to give to the people. We have to give the people a whole new perspective on different things, and they're missing that. And so I want to be able to show women, I got a whole network of formerly abused women that we taking trips. Like one of my lovers, he has a limousine company. He has a truck and freight company. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna take the limousine service and just take the women to different places, have like retreats, like do a whole lot of fun stuff. Just fun. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna mass propaganda to do that. So anyway, that's the Bruised Fruit Foundation. It's a whole lot more to it, but you see, I'm trying to talk real fast because I got a whole lot to say.
Yeah. I just have a quick question. What causes Black men to be abusive? Because I sometimes I get a lot of scenarios that sometimes they're angry at their mother because their mother was very abusive some sort of way, or they see their mother do things, how she been treated by other men, and sometimes sons, they get angry about that, something because they deal with something they deal with their childhood. Also too, religion like the Quran say that it's okay to beat women, so that has something to do with religion as well. And I've heard a lot of religious people say that was okay. So there's, I believe. So what do you think the main factor, or is it a little bit of everything? While you got these black men are very violent to their own women like that. Like, where do you think it's coming from?
What I think is coming from, I think it's coming from the women giving them the motherfucking ability to do it. Period. We're not gonna make no excuses for no fucking body. See, with my abuser, he would always reference to the mom.
Gotcha.
But what I realized is that he had a complex where it gave him pleasure to feel superior over me. Like, see, they can get buck wild and it gives them authority and so forth. But God, truth is, I ain't even trying to understand the shit. Fuck the shit. I don't care about your mama issues. I don't care about your daddy issues. I don't care about none of that shit. Don't put your hands. You have the ability to not put your hands on anybody. I ain't trying to save. I'm not trying to save a motherfucker. Any motherfucker. I don't care who the motherfucker is. You don't put your hands on other human beings.
That's true.
And that's not acceptable. Period. Period. Treat people how you want to be treated. So I can't even find no answer for you and why that shit is that way, except for a sickness. Period. It's the illness. And when it comes to organizing African people, some motherfuckers just ain't gonna make the cut.
So is it so you don't think it's also indoctrination as well?
I don't think it's no indoctrination. It's some bullshit. Period. It ain't
remember in the color purple, remember they were saying who was it? The Oprah Winfrey part, maybe he told her husband, yo, beat her, right? And that's why I think he slapped Oprah Winfrey part. I forgot her name was in the movie. And then she was like, oh, Hoppo never put his hand on me. Something like that in that reference. But it was something that they told him, oh, if you want to get her in check, beat on your woman. I mean, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, but see what I'm saying, people make choices. People make choices. And period. Right. People make choices. Like, to indoctrinate somebody is a lifetime or something. True, but people have different beliefs that, like you were saying, like in reference to the Quran and so forth. But it's still a choice. It's still a choice in the final analysis. And the choice is you don't do nobody in the way that you don't want to be done.
I agree.
Period. And it ain't nothing no way about it. You don't want nobody you treat people how you want to be treated.
And then I want to say this too.
If I was to ever raise my hand to my abuser, it's gonna come to the point where he was gonna kill me or I was gonna kill him. I would never raise my hand because he don't want that. He want me hitting him, but he can hit me though, and for me not to do nothing. So I was either gonna have to kill him, but see, I chose to live. I chose not to go to prison or jail. I chose not to get anybody else involved. I just chose to get my ass out of there, finally and for good.
All right, that's good. Very proud of you. You did that. I agree. I just feel like a lot of these guys, they think, what happens if they got daughters? They don't want nobody beating on their daughters. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So, why would it's okay to beat on the mother?
A guy that hit a woman, he don't give a fuck about his daughter either. That's something that I commonly hear. He don't give a fuck if anybody hit his daughter. It's not like, oh, he don't want nobody hitting his daughter, so why would you do it? He don't give a fuck about his daughter. He don't care. That's an illusion that we have on the outside. In reality, a person like that can't possibly care if somebody else hit his daughter. It's not possible. It's illogical. That's something that we create. You created that idea. Mm-hmm. That's not the reality, guy. He don't give a fuck about his daughter. Right. Believe me.
Gotcha. I agree. That's facts.
Believe me. We created that thoughts. The abuser don't have that thoughts. They don't think like that. I'm sorry.
No. That's good. That's good. This is what
like an abuser
need.
The way I'm talking to you.
No. Because you have that's the saying. Enough is enough. We human beings, we can only take so much, right? I don't like, in my opinion. Now I'm just focused for a man, because domestic violence go both ways. Now, domestic violence don't have to be physical too. It could be also a verbal abuse. Now, I've gotten verbal abuse through relationships. Women saying "put me down" and all that stuff, and only thing I could do is have to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was angry, but I never put my hand on no woman. Because I always have this mindset, there's other fishes in the sea, because I deal with positive brothers, say, hey, women are a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? So I never had that thing, oh, you talk, I walked away, I say, you know what? So, I mean, verbal abuse is to me, physical abuse is worse, but verbal abuse, I mean, it's worse too. I mean, but domestic violence is go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, as for men, we go through verbal abuse through our sisters. So it tears us down. It tears us down, spiritually. It takes away our energy. I mean, I've been through it, so I already know. But and I think it's. I'm not gonna. I say it's almost the same, because you're hurting inside. You're feeling, with the even when it comes down to slander, and it just all just people just women just make up stuff. I mean, look, if a woman look.
Yeah. Now I want to stop you. Now.
No. Let me say this real quick. So if a woman say to a man, that's why your dick is small. I mean, that would tell a man. I mean, I'm just saying that I've heard something.
Now I gotta stop you.
Go ahead.
You said they're almost the same. There's nothing the same as threatening to chop somebody up into little bitty pieces and put them down the toilet. So let's not compare the two. Verbal abuse. I went through verbal abuse. I was verbally abusive too. But see, the thing about verbal abuse, you can work it out. With somebody punching you in the face, it's a difference.
That's just period.
A woman can talk about your dick. A woman can talk about your hairline, anything, and you can fucking leave that bitch. And you can go.
Right.
You don't have to put up with it. But when a motherfucker will hold you hostage for weeks and you can't leave or talk to nobody, it's a different story. You can't leave the house. You can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. So it's not the same. It's not at any level.
I agree.
At any level.
You're right. No, you're right. We're gonna have to do a part 2. Take a breather.
I want to say because I know we have to go. The love of my life just gave me 34 acres of land. So I wanted to talk to y'all about that tonight. But we've been out here for almost 3 hours and we haven't even
Yeah. That's what I said. We got to do a part 2.
That's what I wanted to talk to about with Bakari. So I have
Bakari, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
So I have 34 acres of land that we are building on. So I really wanted to talk to y'all about this tonight. But I didn't get a chance to. but it gotta be soon because I haven't. This is the most important part.
Okay.
What you gonna be doing in a couple of hours? Few hours.
Well, I gotta get ready to go to work tonight.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to tell y'all. So the last time I see how organized and strategized y'all are with the YouTube. I did create a YouTube channel for the domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
So it ain't no content on there yet. But I created it just for y'all. It's the Bruised Fruit Foundation is a YouTube channel.
Okay, you can type it in. You want to type it in?
I'm not good at this. I don't even know where to type.
They don't have a comment. The comment section. Type in the comment section.
I'm not on YouTube. I'm on the StreamYard.
Oh, you on Facebook? You on StreamYard, right?
I'm on StreamYard.
Oh, yeah. Well, type it in.
You have to open it up. You're gonna have to go.
I see it right
Let
here.
me tell you what you see, but you can't.
Yeah. She got it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it right there.
But you're gonna have to do is she's gonna have to open it up because she's a guest. She's gonna have to go to and watch you on another device so she can type.
Yeah, I don't think I can type. I'm not good at this.
Oh, you know what? All right,
get your phone. Go to his. Are you on the phone or computer?
I'm on the computer.
So go to your phone, go to YouTube, and go to his channel.
Yeah, and just type it in
and
thing
then
like
you
that.
Can type, which I don't know why they did it like that. That's crazy.
Well, okay, because I'm on my Facebook too.
All right, let me. You know what? Let me see you on Facebook. Hold on.
Well, let me just say it because I don't
want to take
time. I've been screaming at y'all and took up.
No. Don't worry about that. Since you good. We've
been on the phone for almost 3 hours. So I did start a YouTube channel. It's the Bruised Fruit Foundation. I did create a website, which I'm still working on, but it is public. It's live. You can get the gist of it. It's the website is www.bruisedfruit.foundation.com. The Bruised Fruit Foundation.com. I got an Instagram that I don't know how to use, but I pay my brother monthly to manage it. I don't have no content there yet either, but y'all can please follow me. Y'all will be the first followers. I really don't have time to manage no Instagram, but it's the Instagram name is The Bruised Fruit. The email address is thebruisedfruitfoundation@gmail.com, and Cash App is The Bruised Fruit. So I have 34 acres of land that I don't know why I keep on picking this up like y'all can see what it is, but it was just my notes that I want to talk to y'all about on the land and what we're doing with the land. So the love of my life presented me with 34 acres of land, and he's been rocking with me for 17 years. And even though I made stupid decisions, he's always been up for me. He's like, what we gonna do? He's like, this land is just sitting here. Do you want to do something with it? I'm like, what? And I was like, yeah, it is. So it's lovely. So we got the land. I got a whole project. I want to talk to y'all so much. I want to talk to y'all.
Let's hold that up for the second part. Let's hold it. Or Brother Bacard. Huh?
When are we gonna do the second part?
I don't. Well, you could either do on my show. Maybe you could schedule with Brother Bacard because you could go and you could tell on Brother Bacard's show. So, Brother Bacard, I don't know what you want to do.
How about I do both?
What are you doing?
Oh, you want to do it tomorrow, Brother Bacard? What you doing tomorrow, sis?
Tomorrow I have the evening. I have a meeting in the evening.
What time?
My evening meeting is at 5 Central, which is 6 Eastern, 6:30 Eastern.
So what you can do is email me. I put my email back in the chat again.
See, I don't see none of that. I don't see none. Let me just write it down on my paper. like I did
Bakari promising.
I have
B-A-
right
Let
here,
me-
sis.
Yeah, I'm gonna spell it though. BAKARIPROMISING Okay,
Yeah.
I got it right.
So email me. What are you be doing tomorrow around 2:00 for about an hour?
I'll be at a business lunch. But you're Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at a business lunch. But for East. Oh, this is confusing. So
Just let me know what time you'll be ready tomorrow.
So you just want to have a phone call or you come for the radio show?
Huh? No, we're gonna be on YouTube.
Okay, so you said around what time again?
What time you gonna be free?
3 my time is 4 your time.
It's 4 my time.
Yes, at that time I can be available.
Okay.
And that'll give us enough time.
Go ahead.
I was saying that'll give us enough time to spend with each other before I go into my evening meeting that's at 6:30 your time. So they give us what, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
That work, Brother Bakari? That work?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's
and
right,
I'm focused on talking about the land.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tune into that. I definitely want to learn.
This is gonna be right up Brother Bakari alley.
So 4:00 tomorrow. Okay. 3:00 your time. Send me an email so I can email me so I can send you so I can email you the link tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, definitely. I love y'all.
Oh man, we love you too. Well, I just wanted to say this was a great program. This is well needed. I love your energy, sister. Brother Bakari, do you want to address anything? Because I know that you always talk about the protection of the Black woman, and you know, you were telling about the stories that you know, the sisters are ended up getting killed from these abusive Negroes, men. What is your thoughts on what she said? You know, just give her like a
Okay, I was listening while I was out. I was listening, right? She said something that resonated with me because that's what I was gonna say, and I absolutely agree. Black men has been beat down in this country so much, and listen, because I ain't giving them no pass, so I want you to continue to listen, right? So they want to feel powerful, right? And the Black woman is an easy target. So they would dominate the Black woman because when they walk out into society, they say they're dealing with something called white supremacy, in which, you know, I don't believe nobody is superior to me, guys. So, you know, I don't believe in that. That is people's mindset. But anyway, so they come home and they beat the woman, right? Because they feel, because what we do is, once again, it's back to something we always talk about, guy. We are living in an unnatural state, right? So I always use this example, right? You heard the example of crabs in the barrel, right? But the barrel is unnatural for a crab. So once you put the crab back in the ocean, the crabs won't treat each other the same as the one trying to get away, right? So now, the United States is the barrel. Black people is the crab, right? So since we are in this environment, we are trying to live like people that have dominated us for all of these years. And how do you do that? It was a time you would look on, you could just Google domestic violence and you would just see pictures of white women beaten, because that's what they men did to them. That's what they men did. And just like Guy said, if you go into the Quran, they tell you if your woman disobeys, beat her until she obeys, right? These religions that we follow treat our women like nothing, even down to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where when the men went to rape the other man, the men came out and said, don't rape him. I'll give you my virgin daughter. I give you my housemaids. As long as it's so now that we are trying to be those people, instead of understanding that the black man and the black woman throughout history has always been on the same level. You can go back and look and see the black queens. You understand? You can see where we had warrior queens that led us into battle. But when you're trying to be like somebody else, you tend to do what those people are doing because you want to be them, because you see them as strong and powerful, and you see yourself as nothing. So now we are beating our women. We are copying other people, and it's getting out of control. One of my brothers had a friend, and her husband used to beat her all the time. One of my older brothers. And one day he beat her throughout the house and beat her in the kitchen till she fell on a knife. But the knife didn't stab her. No, she fell on the knife and came up with it and stabbed him about 8 times, killed him, got off. She got off. But we don't fight out here. And then think about it. A lot of it is we've been told don't fight out here. So who you gonna hurt? People you love a lot of the time are the people you tend to hurt the most because you're around them more, and all of this frustration that's been inside of us. Some of these men are just absolutely crazy. Our sisters need protection. You know we just put in it, so many black women disappear and no one reported. That's a fact. That's why what Team Black is trying to do, we gonna create some security inside. I ain't gonna say what we're trying to do. We already have people now, and we're working on security inside because it's our job to protect the black woman. It's our job to report the sisters gone missing. That's our job. And we need to get rid of those no good men in the community that want to treat our women that way, because they'll treat their woman that way. They will beat their daughters. They will beat whoever, and they don't care. And their daughters will grow up and gonna want to be with a man that's gonna beat them, because now the woman have battle woman syndrome, and she don't think that man don't love her if that man ain't beating on her. And it got to stop.
Powerful. That's facts.
That's my take on it.
No, you're right. I mean, I agree with both of y'all. Both of y'all make some great points, and it's so true. It's so true. And we got to get these monsters away from us. I don't deal with no dude that abuse women and think that shit is okay. A lot of us, it does come from home. They mad at their mom for whatever reason. A lot of it, some of it is indoctrination. Okay, we heard about these Hebrew Israelites and how they gonna treat a woman. They said I just played a video, sis. When you got these Hebrew Israelites, the GMS, how they said we're gonna rape the women.
Well, they trash anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but this is, and people listen to this.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we got to deal with these people. We got to deal with them, and sometimes we might have to take them out. And I hate to say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. There will be casualties. But
it has to be, yes.
The Hebrew Israelites.
So all this
trash.
Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I said Hebrew Israelites. Everything anything that they spew out, do, say, move, whatever it's garbage.
Yes.
Trash.
Yes.
It needs to be taken the fuck out. Period.
I agree.
Trash. There's nothing that they can do that can be correct because it's trash.
I agree. A lot of these men too, they live off of women. They're not providers. They go from one woman to the next, using them, abusing them. You know what I'm saying? So, you got some lazy, good for nothing, religious fanatics out here that I cannot stand. I don't like a lazy Negro. We men, we are the providers. We supposed to protect our women, protect our babies. I believe in the man, woman, and child.
Yeah.
And and like I said, like Brother Bakari said, we supposed to be on the same level. So just in case if I fall, you could take the torch. Because when you go to ancient Kemet, you saw the black man and the black woman on the thrones.
Yeah.
There was the black man right here and the woman at the bottom. So when you got these Negroes getting into these Arab cultures and got these Islamic names like Muhammad, Sabir Bey, and they're adopting these Arab cultures. You know, and it's bad enough we got these European names already because of slavery, but they go from one slave name to another. Because they hate Africa. Oh, yo, you hate, he's Pan-African. They hate that. They don't like all these religious fanatics. They hate Pan-Africans for some reason. They hate Africa. But when you start talking about I'm a God and God is gold, oil, and diamonds, and we got to get the resources, they don't want to hear that. But they don't mind showing their power over a woman. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even with the Nation of Islam system, and I gotta say this, and I'm gonna make this blunt. When Elijah Muhammad was taking advantage of those young women, where was the fucking black men to protect those sisters in there? Where was the black men? You had an old man using his power and taking advantage of young women. So I don't need nobody. We protect the black women, but you allowed this old dude, this old nasty dude, taking advantage of our sisters, and it's ruined their life. And outcast them after he done with them, get them pregnant. He just shit on them.
Well, let me say this: I don't know too much about all of that because I haven't educated myself on it. But I do want to say something. When I escaped my abuser, I made a phone call. I made one phone call. And I made that one phone call. Then that person made a phone call. And then when that person made a phone call, then another person made a phone call. But and the people that came to rescue me, I had the Nation of Islam come to rescue me. I had a whole troop, a whole battalion of brothers come to my rescue. And they got me to safety. And the Nation of Islam paid for along with another person who I must protect. But the Nation of Islam, they paid for my lodging for a week and some days before I was able to leave the state that I was in. And they paid for my airline ticket, which at the time was about like $800. And then they gave me like $2,000 in cash to help get myself together. So, you know, I gotta say that I don't really know. I can't really sum things up. When I say what I say about the Hebrew Israelites, I mean that shit. But when it comes to like the nation of the past and present, I think like different organizations, different groups got different dynamics that you can appreciate or not. It's just like when it comes to the new Black Panther Party, like some people don't fuck with the new Black Panther Party, some people do. But you got this chapter over here, this chapter over there, this chapter over here, this chapter over there. And people do different stuff.
Yeah.
And people
right, that's true.
People do different stuff. People have going on. So I can't really sum it up. I can sum up the Hebrew Israelites though, because they ain't doing shit but standing on the corner harassing people. I haven't seen them build anything. Right. But when it comes to like different political groups or movements, like the Nation of Islam, this and that, I can only refer to my only experience that I have is in Dallas and in the state that I was in. And those brothers saved me. They escorted me to a school. I went and spoke at a school in front of maybe about like 100 something students. And guess who was standing behind me? The Nation of Islam. It wasn't my political party. It was the Nation of Islam that was standing behind me when I was making my speaking engagements with the clothes that I had on my back that they gave me and the sister that I was with. So I just wanted to add that in that. And also you mentioned like the Bay. I don't really know the history. I know like a lot of it too is like with the Moors and stuff. And then I know that like a lot of
Oh, that's associated.
I know a lot of the experiences that you and Brother Bakari have, I haven't had because y'all have a YouTube platform. I don't. So y'all have some experiences that I have experiences with these personalities. But I know all of the babes that I know that they are Moorish, but they always pronounce their African selves. I don't connect with them on their beliefs at all. They know with me, it's only one way you can come with me. So with everybody that we come in contact with, if we have an agenda, they must deal with a Pan-Africanist agenda, period. We have to make sure that we cannot detest whatever they're saying. Our job is not to detest what they're saying. Our job is to push an agenda that is so strong that they can't help but to fall in line or either become anti-it. And if they become anti-it, then they must be dealt with, period. And that's how we have to move and function. Like, we're not going to spend too much time trying to break them down. We're going to say, fuck them and leave them.
Right, I agree.
I got 34 acres. And I need some help.
And you know what, sister? When you come on tomorrow, I'm going to have some more brothers who come through and listening, because we want you, what you're doing, come under this umbrella, the African Unity Movement. And you don't have to leave whatever group you're in, whatever organization you're part of. You don't have to leave the group. Your organization, we want, because we are trying to make a coalition of organizations that's doing different things but have the same goal, and we want us to work together. I'm Team Black, but I'm under that umbrella. The is AUM, African Unity Movement. It's not an umbrella, it's an umbrella. And sister, you just said something that was absolutely correct, right? And I'm going to say it a different way. It's something I've been saying. We have to stop letting the negative speak for everybody, right? So, but I think what Guy was doing when he said some names, well, I know he called a couple names who actually, how you say, to hell with them, they would actually just shit on us if we say stuff like this. That's why he said the, and I know that he wasn't talking about everybody.
Right.
He was, I just wanted to make that clear for him because I'm here on his channel, and I know that's how we get down. But that's what. So for me, we have Moors, even a couple of Nation of Islam brothers that's coming under the umbrella. And I'm gonna tell you this, sister. May 8th, the umbrella, Team Black, I'm under that umbrella. We will have us 30 minutes to speak at a Sarak concert. They have already invited us.
Oh, I love Sarak, man.
We gonna be at the concert. They've invited us to come to the concert and speak and talk about our movement.
Oh, wow. What city and state is that?
It's gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia.
Dang,
but I'm telling you,
there.
Look, they are going to be because we want whatever you're doing, because we want a collective, because we're everywhere, right? Okay. We're not in one place.
So y'all gonna be speaking on behalf of Team Black.
Yes, behalf of Team Black.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, so I respect, to be clear, I respect what God was saying, and I get where you're coming from with it. Like I said, I can't fuck with the Hebrew Israelites though. I definitely I was saying I had some positive experiences in the other realms, but I'm Pan-African experience. I'm African. I was gonna be African. I ain't no indigenous shit. I'm a fucking African, period. I don't deal with all that. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm not gonna debate you on it. But I can show you how we're gonna make this work. If you're a part of it, you're gonna expose yourself. But that Hebrew Israelite shit, can't fuck with that shit. That shit is fucking trash. So I want to be clear on that. Okay,
I agree.
clear on that. But everything else, I can rock with it. We can make sense of it. I really want y'all to stay in touch with me. I'm so glad that Guy is my friend. I'm so glad he my friend, boy. Team Guy. Woo, we rocking for a long time, boy. We've been here for a long time, man.
Yeah, we have good conversation, and we and like I said, you know, I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you, and we are protectors of our sisters. We don't play games with that. I don't play games with that. And I know before I go, because we're gonna have to wrap this up, and I know you got to go to work and stuff like that. And I'm definitely going to tune in on Brother Kari's channel when you talk. Well, yeah, exactly. When you talk about your land and everything, that's what we need, because we are all building. This is what Pan-Africanness, like us, we're doers. We're not talkers. You got people that just get on panels and they talk and they claim they got all these plans and they're gonna do this but they ain't doing a damn thing. With us, we are doing it. I support a business called Negas clothing, a footwear,
about that.
And like I said, like I said, check them out. You know, they just don't sell sneakers; they sell shoes and all that. So these are we are close. Yeah, and I'm definitely affiliated. So I want, because we are clothing our people, we are feeding our people. These are the things that not being exposed, because we are so like you said, and like Brother Bakari said, we so focused on the negative. We don't really putting out the positive, and that's the reason I want my channel. I want to give pride of my people, because once you have pride, then we can say, then you could do for self. Then you could have a reason to say, I'm a god, I'm a goddesses, and then people are going to bow down to you. Look, at the end of the day, people are always going to look at us as the leader, as far as our music, what we do. We are the original as far as fashion, as far as everything that you could think of, even when it comes down to economics. We have done it all. So I want to bring that back and show the world that, and when other worlds look at us, they can say, yo, these guys, we want to stay in what they call a race. We want to stay in the race. We want to stay in this thing called race. We want to stay in the competition. So that's what I want to say real quick. I want to give y'all last 3 minutes, and I'm gonna give Brother Bakari 3 minutes. Start with Brother Bakari, then and you could just close it out, sis. But Brother Bakari, any last words?
Look, man, this was a wonderful podcast. Thank you for inviting me, sister. I thank you for allowing me in on your interview, and I look forward to you being on my channel tomorrow so we can discuss your 34 acres of land. I'm proud that you have it, and I know there's a lot of things that can be done, and once we talk about it, I can't wait to see the progress that you make. I have a sister out in Miami that I've spoke to about. She just got 7.5 acres, and we are, I don't know if she's watching or not, but we're going to get everything in stone first. So the same thing will be for you. If everything is roll right, we are planning to take us just a couple of days and go to Miami and help her for 2 days. We're going to get our own hotels. She ain't got to give us nothing. We just going to let her know. And
what day y'all going to do that?
Well, we are discussing now what days we can have it done. What days we can all get together. And then if everything work right, because that's what we're about, because we are everywhere. That's what Team Black is about. We're coming with Black solidarity, African solidarity. You know, we have a sister with us, Lucia from Angola, and I'm gonna just say this little bit because now we have a Zoom meeting with her Tuesday. She's in the Virgin Islands right now, and she's in the know with some political power in Angola, and they are willing to help. We are trying to see how we can get some of the resources to help Black people on this side, of African people on this side of the world, not just the United States, because we are not loyal to America. We're loyal to our people. So South America and all of the islands, but it's going to start here because this is where she is. And the way, if you haven't known, if you didn't know, look up how Angola basically started to take over Portugal. And they want to come and they want to start helping brothers and sisters in this country. And those are the type of people that I'm dealing with when I say Black Solidarity, when I say Team Black, when I say African Unity Movement, the umbrella. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And sis, I'm going to be proud to do an interview with you. And I thank everybody in the chat. And if anybody in there haven't heard of my channel, go to Brother Bakari, smash the subscribe button. Then my name is my channel, Brother Bakari. Go smash that subscribe button and the notification bell. Peace and one love.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
Close out, sis.
That's the ticket.
Close out, sis. Close out.
Yes. So, Brother Bakari, I definitely want to be a part of that. And I really appreciate you both. The Bruised Fruit Foundation is really dear to me. It's going to help me heal myself. Like I said, I'm still suffering from the post-traumatic stress. So I heal myself by helping others. And so I need y'all help in doing it. I need more men and more women to talk about domestic violence. It's just seeing I feel alone when it comes to this talk. Nobody wants to talk about it. And a lot of the reason people don't want to talk about it because they are abusing people or they are being abused. You know, like it's like a large number. So anyway, if y'all want to donate, you donate through PayPal. It's the email, the Bruised Fruit Foundation at gmail.com. And you can donate through Cash App, $ the Bruised Fruit. Definitely needed, not required. You can donate your time. If you are a formerly abused woman, please contact me. If you're a woman that has not been abused, please contact me. If you're a woman that's in a loving relationship, please contact me. If you are a man that's been abused, please contact me. If you man have not been abused, please contact me. If you're a man that's in a loving relationship, please contact me. If you are an African person who want to see your African people free, please contact me. So I think I probably covered everybody, right? I think, you know, you can fit in any of those categories. Contact me at the Bruised Fruit Foundation at gmail.com. And I'm just so happy right now because I have this land and I can really push forth and continue the work that Marcus Garvey set forth for us. So I'm here for it all, and I'm so excited to. Brother Bakari, I know you said you'll send me a link so I can use it to promote the show for tomorrow. And I want to be back on your show too. And I want to send a shout out to Erica Howard. She looks like she's like one of your main listeners too. I hope that I can stay in touch with Erica Howard and also Wig Williams. I look forward to staying in touch with Wig Williams too. So if both of those two can contact me, I would love that. I really, really would. And thank you so much for a lovely evening. I'm really happy.
It's definitely an honor to have you again. I mean, I know things happen in a few. I think I talked about in my last live about people is just so jealous. I mean, the envious, they just trying to shut me down. And this is, it's sad. It's unfortunately when you got your own people, when you start speaking the truth and they see you coming up, they want to destroy you. They want to slander you or try to take you out the game. So I was kind of out of commission for a while. But at the same time, it just made me stronger. And a lot of the time, even Marcus Garvey had to go through it, where you had his own people trying to tear him down and slander him, trying to get him, and it is unfortunate. But you know what? I'll just look at it as it just give me strength, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. And my program is going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. So again, sister, I appreciate you. I'm glad, you came on. I'm definitely going to have you again. If anything, give me some suggestions, whatever you want to talk about, we could definitely discuss it. Brother Bakari, I want to thank you, brother, for coming on, man. I mean, you always share that light, you know what I'm saying? And we are the truth. We are the truth. And like I said, the brother, what's his name? Winston. What's that brother's name that I had on here? I think our brother
Wig Williams.
No, the guy, the guy, Winston Duke. He's going to do play. He's going to play Marcus Garvey. You know about that, right, brother? Brother Bakari?
Oh yeah, the dude I say he shouldn't be playing it because he got a white woman.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Wow. Wow.
He is from the islands. I'm not sure Jamaica, but he's from the islands. But yes, he got a white woman. He shouldn't be.
Wow.
We have to.
Nah, he should not be playing it. I didn't know.
We have to.
That's some bull.
Don't they all have white women though?
No, I don't have a white woman.
Who?
No, we don't. No, we don't have white women. No, we don't.
No, not y'all. I'm talking about the Hollywood actors.
Yeah, that's why I don't hardly follow too many.
Yeah, not y'all. I know y'all don't have white women. I'm talking about the Hollywood actors. The only Hollywood actors I know that don't have white women that I can think of is.
So that's.
I mean, that's just what they do, ain't it?
They don't have to do it. I mean, Denzel Washington, he didn't do it.
No, right. But I'm saying.
So Samuel Jackson, he didn't do it.
Right. I was just gonna say the only two people that I know is Denzel and Samuel. But see, this is my point. And see, this will be a whole other show, man.
Yeah. I know. But I didn't know. And in that case, he should not be playing Marcus Garvey because Marcus Garvey had two sisters, by the way. Of course, he was divorced. I think he divorced one and then married another sister. And with the same name, actually, they both named was Anne, which is crazy.
Have a whole conversation about this.
I know.
I got an opinion.
Yeah. But we're gonna close out. But I want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in. It's been a great show, sister. I'm gonna have you on. And again, give us a couple of lists that you want to discuss. We're going to discuss it. Brother Bakar, you're my brother for life. Hopefully we can have African supremacy on here. I formerly know as CJ. We might have him on there. So there's a lot of other people that with the same mindset. Because like I said, we are a community. A community means a union of people that has something in common. And that's what we are. And we need that. So again, I want to thank you once again. Again, I'll see y'all next time. You know what I'm saying? Later.
And I will be doing a late live tonight. Guy gonna join. He didn't know it. I just thought about it.
What time is that?
Right.
What time is that?
I'm probably gonna do by 11:30 my time. It's just some things I want to talk about. So tomorrow we're gonna do an interview. So I'm gonna do it tonight.
Okay, it's gonna be on your channel, right?
It's gonna be on my YouTube channel. Yeah, smash that subscribe button. It's
okay, I'm gonna do that right now.
Where do we go from here? Or have we learned yet? But it's gonna be about the things that we've been asking for. I want out. Guy was closing out. I was just. I ain't trying to close out.
Oh, I didn't know.
Look, we all just might as well move in together. We got all. See, that's why we gotta have this land.
And that's why. Look, I just put it in my band app for the African United Movement in our Black Solidarity group, and told them about you and how powerful it is, and about your. And I know some people are gonna come through and listen because we all need to know about this.
Yeah.
Hey.
We got so much wonderful stuff here.
Yeah, we got and like I said, we are teachers and we here to teach, not preachers. We teachers. So, you know, so we here to teach our people to give, like I said, to bring pride back in our people, because a lot of our people, they lost their pride, man, and we're gonna bring that back. We're gonna bring our pride back. So that spirit, that real spiritual, that African spirituality, and people always make a mistake that spirituality means something negative. No, spirituality is light, means energy, and we're gonna bring that back into our people. Once again, I want to thank y'all too. Thanks to the chat for listening. We're gonna definitely close out. Brother getting hungry. And I know sister, you know you got to go to work. So, you know, I mean, Brother Bakar, I'll be on your show later. So definitely, but I'm gonna definitely get in touch with you, sister. We're gonna build. I'm gonna hit you up soon. All right. So again, thank you for the chat. Thanks to the chat. Thank you for people who's watching. And we out. Peace.
Thank you guys.